Right. Deep game.
Outside my door, young dudes with Tex and Simmons. Swear it's crazy over here in this western hemisphere. Listen here, how what you call a human is engineered with a tear, cause the devil done made his mission clear. Okay, now let me fly y'all away somewhere and just get high all day. I'm playing, they say life is what you make it. What you do in life don't make sense. Some start to take shit, no replacements. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum shalom. In his life, one thing sacred, his moms can't quite overstand how shit has become. 2% rule while the rest live off crumbs. Swear it's crazy out here deep in the slums. The real criminals got the world speaking in tongue. Another mother screaming R.I.P. to his son. Swear we've been pushed to the limit and even beyond. Inhale the smoke till it starts reaching the lungs. Blow a kiss to the earth and throw a piece to the sun. With true love for everybody, even the bomb. Precious in life. Got niggas reaching for guns, saying they ready, but nobody be when it comes. Keep fighting for liberation, we'll see when it comes. And I'd rather be shot dead, forced in the grave, and be a fake, a sellout, a corporate slave. This life is a gamble. Manage your chips along the way. Crossroads and family split. Damn it, it's sick. Swear all we need is each other. Want your cheddar talk, cholesterol increasing the butter. No need for role models, they drug influence. If I ain't care why I put so much love into it. How we do music, forgetting to put love into it. Destroying the game when our kids got a sub into it.
forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Be sure to select all so that you can receive notifications every time we go live and upload to the channel.
Welcome back, guys. Let me go ahead and get a one if my microphone is clear. Y'all want to have some fun, and y'all, we're gonna debate some shit that I know niggas want to debate, and that I know that's on your mind. Interesting topics here today about interesting individuals. And that's what we doing over here today on Sit Down with Sanchez Live Podcast. You already know it. And it's Monday Madness, so you already know what kind of content this gonna be. It's about the controversial topics and about us addressing those like adults respectfully so that we can have clarity in this great community. Let me post this out on my main channel here. By the way, as you can see, we are off strike over here. We out of YouTube jail, so hey, let's clap it up for that. Should have never been in YouTube jail, but I'm still grateful. Right, we got ones in the chat room. Y'all know how we do on Monday Madness. I'm gonna rile everybody up with my video reactions, and then I'm gonna drop the link, and we're going to chop it up about it as a community. All right. Salutes to who emailed me this. Hold up. Oh, Daryl Atkins, thank you for the clip of Charleston White. I was saying, what can I talk about today on today's Monday Madness that's gonna bring us back over here strong? You know, we are a sit-down podcast. All right, we do all kind of. We don't just do celebrity gossip, okay? We do celebrity critiquing. We ain't gossiping. We it's a different vibe. We always trying to give a positive outlook as well as laugh, joke, have fun. And one thing about this podcast, what I tried to do is make it feel like the weekend all the time. So anytime you tune in over here, I want to give you Friday energy, you know, weekend vibes. And let's get lit today. Y'all with me? So what is today's topics? Oh, so today's topics is going to be addressing Charleston White. And what we're talking about with Charleston White is, hey, the brother is one of the hottest things on the internet. And what made him hot was him speaking out against gangs, rappers, and what we would call bullies in the community, all right? He's the spokesperson for against gangs right now, against I would say rap too. Yeah, I'm saying it right. He's against rappers. He listen to rap, but he's against, you know, these drill young rappers that's wanna, you know, be on the demon time and shit. But what we bringing up today with Charleston White is his journey is continuing, is gaining more and more momentum. He's moving up, right? He's moving up. Now, I have, I can see both sides. I can see the side that is highly critical of Charleston White, and I can see the side that say, man, this nigga's a savior. This nigga's saying stuff we should have been saying. You know, he's speaking up. And today as a community, I guess we'll try to meet in the middle ground on both of those outlooks. Charleston White disses the dead, but he's against rappers dissing the dead. Now, when I was supporting Charleston White, a lot of my followers was like, bro, that dude, he contradicts himself. He's a hypocrite. Yeah. You can contradict yourself. Well, I don't agree with you that you can contradict yourself, but what I would say is yes, Charleston White contradicts himself because he goes in and out of character. People think it's a contradiction that he's against dissing the dead, but he disses the dead. Now, Charleston White would say, hey, I diss dead people that diss dead people. And one of you can say, well, two wrongs don't make it right. And I don't know, man. I would say Charleston White is making a very radical approach against radical issues in our community. But one may wonder and one may say to themselves, is he also adding right back on to the problem with his antagonistic and provocative approach? We'll be analyzing that here right now, and we'll move to the second topic after we exhaust this one. Let's deal with this one first, and then we'll hop over to Hassan Campbell versus Jake 1090 Jake, and we'll get into the culture vulture debate as a community. And I would like to actually feed myself a bunch of different clips so that we can kind of analyze it with some references and sources. All right. So when we talk about dissing the dead, fair use, by the way, I'm using this for educational, entertainment purposes, reviews, and reactions. Let's hit that like button.
Like this, man. You niggas can't stand up in the light like this here, man.
Hold on a second. And this brother doing pretty good on YouTube. That's what's up, man. And we want to question as a community each sides that agree and disagree with the approach of this brother. And we want to try to be unbiased as can be. So salutes to everybody. Hit the like and share button.
Shoot it out. That's what this crew about. Hanging out the cut. Grind and made the weather change for us.
Just on the record,
When the
I'm
rain
just a little bit more
starts
handsome than you niggas. I'm a real life shit,
Most of the time, when the rain starts pouring, or how we grind and made the weather change for us. But we never change for us. So smile for us when you see us draw force, nigga. Watch us fall.
Yo, bitch might be one of
nigga, not at all.
Yo, grandmama might love what I say. You might hate it. But them hoes love it.
I'm not involved. Can't pay the cost to floss. I can spot your flaws. Ass sales with the topping off.
Smooth,
Dress well when it's time to ball.
like Eskimo.
Couple hundred for my boxer draws.
I'm talking about nigga. Say, I'm talking about so cool, man. A nigga colder than an all-white jewelry, nigga. Yeah.
Hey, in this video, he's saluting Eric Holder for putting Nipsey in his place. So a lot of people may say, right, videos like this is kind of hypocritical because you're saying fuck one gangster, right? And that gangster was actually trying to do some good things. He was working with Dr. Sebi. You're saying, fuck Nipsey Hussle. He was a 60s. You bringing up his sexuality and things like that. The utmost disrespect for the dead. Now, when he attacked the rappers that diss the dead, he say they don't consider people's mamas still alive going through the hurt. Well, you know, Nipsey got family still alive. I would say man, I'm trying to think of a way to justify him dissing Nipsey Hussle, but I just can't. So that's why I always said from the get-go, yeah, Charleston White have a radical approach, and there's some things he do that can't be justified. But I guess the debate is, are they warranted at this time? Are we in such a radical time that we need this radical approach? And if this radical approach will get the benefits that we think it's gonna get, and will it take more than Charleston White doing it, or will it take a bunch of Charleston cats taking his radical approach? At some point, it'll turn the regular man against the gangs, and I guess that's kind of what you trying to do anyway. I don't know. But let's take a look at this actual video of rainwater on Charleston White getting quick flip Vino locked up.
Me and my cousin, we was talking about this a little bit. What was different between Charleston and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King? Both of them were kind of enemies of the government. Mm-hmm. But the government is Charleston friends.
Now that right there is gonna kind of work against Charleston White, because all of the revolutions we ever known was not only anti-gang, anti-drug, they was also anti-government, because they knew that it was the government's agenda to perpetuate the gangs and the drugs and etc. They know that these young rappers who we call demons, who call themselves demons, are a product of government engineering. We know that the modern black man, including Charleston White and myself, is a product of the white man's social engineering, meaning that we have psychological issues that we gotta address oftentimes as adults, being a black man born in this white man's country, not pulling the race card, but there's an agenda to keep you at a certain psychological state so that it can make it easier for them to compete. This is why we say things like, as a black man, you gotta work 10 times harder, because the social engineering that sets the disadvantages in this society. Yeah, I think it's a good argument to say, with a mentality like Charleston White, seems to be a very street savvy brother who you can't game a nigga like him. It makes me wonder, how would he be so patriotic? Because if the sentiment you have toward Crips, Bloods, GDs, etc. is true, you should have that toward Democrats, Republicans, colonialists. But instead, Charleston White said he would like to be a butler. So we're gonna put all the things on the table that a lot of people may have problems with. Also, Charleston White also said that he'd rather be rich and evil than broke and holy. And I think he brought up an interesting debate when he said that a lot of people equate being righteous to being broke, and they equate being rich with being evil. The tragedy of equating being rich to being evil
is that if money makes you evil, then guess what? It explains why money hasn't done any good on earth. Money haven't fed the poor, freed the poor. My thing is this. I don't care what a person doing for the kids. If the example that they're setting for the kids may be detrimental. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I like Charleston White's idea against the gangs and all that, but I don't recommend my children or your children going out there, just provoking Crips and Bloods and pulling up. And it's kind of like you've become one of them as a solution to combat them. And ain't nothing wrong with that approach, in my opinion, by the way. It just don't go hand in hand with the government. The government, if you ask me, created gangs. And you pledging your allegiance, your loyalty to the government, Charleston White. When the government's done with you, they're just going to create more goons and goblins and gang members and then have another Charleston White. They look at us as disposable. And for a little while, we think we're irreplaceable. You must don't know about them. You must don't know about them. They can have another you in a minute. They can have another nigga in a minute. Baby, they can have another nigga doing the same shit that you doing. And they can have him here by tomorrow. Don't you ever for yourself get to thinking you're irreplaceable. Yeah, every time y'all align y'allself with the government and you're getting booked and you get on a high horse and you're working with them people and all that, never, ever, never forget you disposable. They got another one of you on standby right now. Wait, and they got your crash date already wrote down. You disposable. That's why now I love what Charleston White doing. But one thing I tell the children that would like to follow that approach, some things that they may get twisted, is there is no select token nigga for this government. They run through niggas like goddamn rappers run through outfits, man. For a nigga to think that the white man exclusively love him for what he's doing is like thinking that the white man love any one of his many cars. He got a bunch of them. See, the white man opens up his garage and he sees 50 motherfucking cars. I'm talking about the rich one, right? And the reason he selected them cars was for very economic reasons. And he says to himself, I wonder how many miles I can get out of this car before I can replace it and trash it and it still be worth some when I trade it in with the newer version. Yeah, they think like that, rich folks and stuff. Wonder how many mileage I can get on that hybrid if I bought 2 of those for my entourage. And they always making these selections based on an economic reason. The rich white man don't say, look at the rims on that motherfucker. That body pretty, I'll take one. Even at these rich levels of money they got, they're still shopping for economic reasons. Yeah, the richest folks are the most cheapest. You didn't know that? Now watch this. I'm making a point with this. The same way that these rich white folks bargain for economic reasons, they look at a token nigga that way too. Now we gotta put a vote out there. I don't think Charleston White is a token nigga. I think he's straddling the fence on Uncle Ruckus and token nigga and clean up the hood radicalism for parody reasons. And let me put this out there. We'll see what y'all say. I gave you my thoughts. Hey, let me give a big shout out to Citizen Man. And let me ask that everybody go and subscribe to Citizen Man Business. YouTube has knocked the brother channel down because he's speaking that truth. You already know how they do. So let's make sure we sub to Citizen Man. And let's make sure we share his channel and get him back, get his numbers back. We're going to be promoting his channel as a community. So if you're listening to me right now, just take a minute. Go ahead over to YouTube, search just real quick, and search Citizen Man Business. Matter of fact, Citizen Man, drop your link throughout in the chat room throughout the show. I know Citizen Man ain't the spammy type nigga, but I'm asking at you because folks, you know, just to... But yeah, so y'all, we gotta talk.
It's on let the nigga please. Oh, nigga please. Fuck what you talking about.
Hey, yo, those voting numbers let me know that it's gonna be a lit panel today. Because we really got 50-50 right now. Let me drop a bomb for the community because it's crazy that the votes is at 50-50 right now. That show we got a very balanced and neutral perspective here today. We're going to have a pretty good show today.
And fuck anybody like you that's thinking like you. Yeah, nigga need money.
Let's listen to this part, guys.
Be evil. Yeah, you talking about I want to be evil with plenty of goddamn money.
I want to know, and what I'm going to do, I'm actually, hold on a second. We got to wrench Citizen Man up. I keep forgetting that we got to re-wrench his new joint up. Shirley Williston, where are you? The sister Shirley Williston, whenever you can at me, let me see you as well so we can re-wrench you up as well. Yeah, make sure y'all, Citizen Man is now wrenched up. He's going to be dropping a link to his channel. Make sure you click it right away and go ahead and let's go ahead and hit sub and let's hit the bell and the notification gang as well. Let's give a shout out to AM1 as well. Another channel that I recommend you guys sub to. Do me a favor, both of you guys, if you will, just throughout the stream here and there. Post your link, and when you post your link, I'll let the folks know to go and fuck with it so that we can get the people to, so we can spread the numbers around. You never know who they gonna terminate next, and everybody, the next man who channel you share might be sharing your shit next month, the way YouTube going. So we really need the people to hit these guys' links when they dropping it. Don't make them guys feel like they gotta spam your ass. You know, let them drop it and y'all go on hit it. And listen, guys, don't y'all be scared to spam their ass neither. We gotta get y'all niggas numbers up, man. Unfortunately, that's how we gotta do it with the people. You gotta keep on dropping the link in their face and shit. That's just how people are. But we gotta get you niggas numbers up because YouTube is the algorithm ain't set for raw grassroots shit. You gotta be with what Kwame said, a go along and get along game. So that ain't us. So we're gonna have to really promote the fuck out of each other, man. All right. And it's only just gonna make us stronger, man, but everybody gotta participate though.
Yeah, it feel like a money to me, but it's too much. Say, man, yeah, man, shout out to my man, Sykes Nation, man. Yeah, what's up with it, man? On my way to go work out. Yeah, finna go get it in this morning. Don't let the evil.
Now listen, I want y'all, this is what goes wrong. Hey, let's give a big shout out to King OZ in the motherfucking building. Shout out to King OZ and to the brother Trigger Man. Make sure y'all go and check out Trigger Man. Check out the brother King OZ channel as well. Make sure y'all sub to Big Dog Philly OG. All right. I'm serious, y'all gotta sub to these channels because a lot of times I'm over there politicking either in the chat or on the Zoom call. So I mean, it's a network we trying to build here. So do that. Guys, I want y'all to listen what Charleston White about to say. And what happens is Charleston White is using a form of exaggerative parody. It's a form of radicalism. So what he about to say next, I don't take that shit like a lot of folks take it. He's saying he want to be evil and rich versus broke and poor. Now, yeah, that don't hit me right. I wish that maybe he would have worded it different, but I can't tell that nigga how to word shit. Hell, he growing way bigger than my ass. So he doing a better job at growing his shit than most of us, and we see that it take a little bit of kahunas. It take a little bit of balls and guts, and to stand up against these terrorists in our community. Now, a lot of people may commend Charleston White for that on one hand, and then on the other, they may say, well, he's pro-government. And I'm not pro-government or anti-government. Hell, I was in the military. I understand that. I don't think that the system can be repaired and that it'll bring equality to all and liberate all. But I think that government is needed on a certain level, meaning that there are some people whose minds literally need to be governed. I used to say that wasn't true, but actually that's fucking true, bro. Even in a perfect utopia, you will have some goddamn barbarians, and we'll say, you know what? They ain't allowed to think for themselves. We're gonna think for them, and we're gonna control them, and they can't do what they want to do because they sick than a motherfucker. We're gonna isolate this group of niggas right here. For example, if I created my own utopia right now, I know we're gonna find some sick motherfuckers over the years. Some pedophiles gonna come up. We're gonna find out some niggas was weird and that way they wanna rape little girls and shit. And guess what? We're gonna have to have our own system on how to govern people who don't know how to govern their goddamn self. Cause I know how to govern myself. I know how to keep my hands to myself and not to touch and hit on a man or shoot nobody that and they ain't done nothing to me. I know how not to let words hurt me and not get physical with nobody. But everybody don't know how to do that. The moment you win an argument on them, they want to shoot, fight, all that. So they need to be governed. They have no right thinking for themselves. And goddamn it, free will it wouldn't be free in my goddamn world neither. Everybody can't have free will. It's some people in the society where we got everybody else with bright minds. We got to rule over them dumb motherfuckers, them sick motherfuckers right there. And we got to isolate and quarantine them and keep them over there, that way. See the hand coordination? Oh, yeah, you got to practice that. That way, niggas. That way. That's because a nigga work on the MPC boards. Nigga, I'm a producer, bitch, yeah. I hit you with them producer hands. I ain't gonna lie, though, man. I fucks with, Charleston White. But I'm not gonna deny the fact that, yeah, he say some things sometime that I wouldn't say because I wouldn't want to dig them holes for myself. But it's getting y'all's attention, ain't it? He's growing, ain't it? And if he'll flip that around and say some positive shit, I kind of get the strategy, but I still get to how y'all can say, well, that's kind of a hypocritical strategy. Whether it's hypocritical or not may be one thing. The question would be, does it work? What's good, my brother Citizen, man? How you doing?
What up, man? I'm good, bro. Appreciate you having me on.
Man, I appreciate you for coming on, giving us your time. Sorry what happened to your channel. We're gonna make sure we sub to your new channel too as well, bro.
Yeah, I picked up a bunch of them just from you plugging me that, those couple of times. I appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah, this on the
this is
backup
why-
channel. I gotta plug you on the main one too. So we're gonna do this a lot
Appreciate
too.
that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
and this page that I'm showing right here is my Rumble page. That's where all the videos that were on the channel that got taken down are on my Rumble page. And if you go to my YouTube channel, in the description box of all my videos, the Rumble link is the first link there. So all the good shit is over there. And I even got videos that I never put up on YouTube over on Rumble. Now I just started back up on the business channel because, of course I lost my other channel, but I'm gonna make that the main channel for now. Then I'm gonna start up another one to start doing doing those streams again. But I figured out how they got me, man. They got me for harassment and bullying because they'll send trolls to my chat to say dumb shit, and then I'll like flip my shit on them, and then they'll use it against me. So they found my weakness. I got a short.
You know
temper
what?
for that shit.
They got me like that, but they didn't give me the termination. They gave me the strike. And you know what I did, Citizen Man? That's what actually activated my comedian spirit. Cause prior to me having a laugh button and little bitty stupid buttons and little jokes and shit, I would be cussing motherfuckers out really go. I had to learn like, okay, I'ma just clown these clowns and they can't say that's bullying, that's comedy. And I'll put it in entertainment and I'll, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but you know,
Yeah, and I was-
you get no.
Oh, my bad.
You got
I was doing that. I was doing that for a while, bro, and I was lasting. My channel was growing and shit was getting good. My old viewers were starting to find me again, so I was getting big again. Averaging, I had like about 1,200 going on 1,300 subscribers by the time they knocked me down, and I was averaging 1,000 views a video, damn near. So, I was doing pretty well. But what happened was I did a stream after the FBI did that raid on Trump's house and all that. I did a stream showing, kind of talking about the FBI and showing all the terrorist operations they were involved in domestically and whatnot. And when you get to talking about that, the trolls come out because now you striking at the heart of the agency there at that point. So I was expecting the trolls to show up, and I got a little anxious and just kind of flipped my shit on them. And I didn't really keep my composure and revert back to the clowning because I'm pretty good at that too. And I don't know, man. My audience, they're good people, but they like the bullshit too. So when I got the ranting and raving and they started hitting the Cash App, I just kept going. They made it feel better.
Hey man, salutes to this brother. Y'all make sure I got his link pinned up there. Y'all see what it is. Let's make sure, mods, we keep them subbing. We got to build a network, man, because YouTube got their algorithm network that we can't fight that shit alone. Think about this, Citizen, man. If all of my subs go and sub to you and they take my channel down, how am I gonna you feel me? Like how I'm gonna tell them when you terminate it, you can't even use that channel to put a post out to say you terminated. You just fucking disappear and the people like, whatever happened to that nigga? And if you ain't got nobody in your network with a big channel that's saying, yo, bro got terminated with a bunch of views, folks are just, nigga, it's like an abduction. I didn't even know they terminated Citizen Man channel till like yesterday.
Yeah, man, they got me, bro. This is like the 13th time they got me too, bro. They've been hitting me all last year, all this year. It's crazy. As soon as I start doing too good, they come out the woodwork and knock me down. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing this for me, man. That's real. That's real. But in reference to the topic, about Charleston White and is he a token Negro? I don't know. I think Charleston White is more like a loose cannon and a lone ranger. I don't think he's working for any agenda or anything except his own. You know what I mean? because if you listen to the shit that he says, a lot of it is true and a lot of it makes sense, but sometimes he does the shock value thing that's really off-putting to a lot of people, like the whole, raping little boys quote that he made. Like, he says things that makes it difficult for other people to align themselves with him. You know what I mean? To say, yeah, I'm down with Charleston, and really put their stamp of approval on it, because you never know what he's going to say next. You know what I mean? So I think he's more of a lone wolf rather than a token Negro. I don't think he's serving any agenda except his own. And one more thing. I'm actually moving over to another platform called TrueTube. And shout out to Question Everything, Big Drez. That's his platform. And he just got me set up with a new login and everything so I can get in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take clips, because I know everybody's not going to be able to get over to Rumble because you got to set up an account and all that just to subscribe. So I'm going to take clips from my videos and I'm going to start throwing them up on TrueTube. And then once I get my StreamYard, connected to where I can do 4 streams or 5 simulcasts or whatever, then I'll start streaming over there too. But we also got to start looking at alternative platforms too, because we got to support each other outside of this box of YouTube, because they have total control over this. You know what I mean?
I agree. Speaking of Question Everything, I just allowed him onto the call. Let me say this real quick. To everyone that's in the waiting room, give me a minute to open up the Roundtable. I'm not done with the reactions yet. I got these 2 brothers up here for a reason, and we'll let everybody else. So I don't really want a lot of debating and talking over each other right now just yet, because I'm not through with the reactions. So salutes if you in the waiting room. I got y'all. Don't worry. We're going to get it in. Question Everything. How you doing? TrueTube founder. How you doing, brother?
How you doing? Appreciate you for having me. Shout out to Bro Sanchez and Citizen Man. Boy, I got a bone to pick with you, bro.
What it is?
Remember that live stream I did and your ass jumped on my panel?
Did you get flagged?
They flagged my ass, man.
Damn, son.
They flagged me. I can't stream for 2 weeks, man. We was talking the Trump shit, man. I don't even think it was you though. I just think that they following you, man.
You know what I found?
It's all good though.
You know what I found out, man?
I'm so sorry, dog.
Anywhere you mentioned, I found this shit out when I was going in on Trump. Y'all remember the shit, that whole era I went through with the Trump bashing shit?
Yep.
I found this out. I was like, man, a lot of Trump supporters be flagging a nigga. It ain't that. You know what I found out? Everywhere Trump at, they on that nigga head. Twitter, if he's a topic, you gotta be careful what you saying. I was dissing Trump, and my shit got taken down. I was dissing him, and I'm thinking like, it's Trump supporters doing it. But everybody that's doing Trump content is like, the algorithm is very sensitive to the name Donald fucking Trump, whether you talking good or bad about this nigga.
Yeah.
For some reason, the YouTube be on that nigga name. I had to stop talking about Trump, nigga. For real.
That's crazy. And you know, it's funny. The last 5 streams that's what I think. Channel, I was showing the people, what Trump was doing that wasn't really getting reported and shit, and how, they staged the whole 2020 riots with Black Lives Matter for the insurance scam, and then the media was using it to try to say Trump's responsible for the racism and all that type of shit. So that could have been part of it too. You know what I'm saying? But the same thing happened to young Pharaoh too, because for a while there he started, going in about Trump, and he lost his whole channel too.
Big old facts.
I think when you put Trump in your title, you're a target automatically. It don't matter if you talking on his side or against him. I think they got it set up where that name itself is very sensitive on this platform. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's crazy out here how they control the narrative and how they try to guide the way you do your content, where you can't really speak the way you want to. So we constantly walking on eggshells every time we do certain types of content. And like Bro Sanchez said, he found a way to kind of navigate around it, you know, turn it into comedy. Because even if they flag him, he can be like, yo, this was a joke. You know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to joke now. It's satire, right? We're not allowed to joke now. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to, I don't think YouTube really want to go in that direction, because a large portion of their content on YouTube is satire, reactions. And, you know, a lot of their money come from those type of videos. So I think that was a smart way. Now I'm looking at that same lane and start saying, you know what? Yeah, let's go to satire or the comedy route, where that's one of the ways we can kind of combat this whole situation, man. For real.
Roasts, not rants.
You're right. Right.
Yeah. And you know what? And it's funny that you said roast, not rants, because everybody know ranting is a very excellent form of expression. Like, don't sleep on a rant, bro. A 5-minute rant will put that's what blew Vegan Warrior up, nigga. Rants. I'm talking about a little 5-minute, 10-minute rant with your passion and that shit on the subject will be, it's equivalent to a 2-hour presentation or lecture if you passionate and you really fucking on it. So yeah, they don't want nobody speaking passionate, bro. That's an attack on what is that an attack on?
Free speech.
Free speech.
Go ahead, Dredge, you got it.
I was gonna say, to kind of go back to the Charleston White thing, I think that's what blew him up, because a lot of his videos has a lot of passion in it, a lot of ranting in it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that because he very vulgar and raw with some of the content, it rubs people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And I think some people think that it takes away from his message. I think that we are old enough and we're intelligent enough and should be logical enough to know how to separate, you know what I'm saying, what he says, and listen to what actually is coming out of his mouth. You understand what I'm saying? Because you cannot argue the facts or the truth. You can't. The man is saying things that also matters, and he's also doing things in real life that's positive for the children. So I mean, you can't knock his hustle. He understand the game too. Let's not get it twisted. He know how YouTube operate. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. If Charleston White only had 100 subscribers, nobody would give a fuck about what he was saying. It's about him. It's him elevating and him blowing up. It's got everybody ups in arms. To me, that's borderline jealousy. Mm-hmm. Soon somebody get a certain amount of subscribers, a certain amount of views, everybody want to make videos about you. Everybody got something negative to say about you. So to me, I think that it's more hate than it is even listening to what he have to say.
There you go. Hey, I'm gonna tell you why I fuck with what you saying. Cause how they ain't got that same energy about the gangsters and demon time niggas that he against. So that's what make me, that's what make me say, yeah, that got to be true. It gotta be jealousy, and you know, it's easy to say fuck Charleston White. He doing what they doing, but I can hear that you making a legitimate argument. He's saying he doing what they doing, and he telling you, yeah, and I'm doing it because basically I'm bullying the fucking bully. Now to me, I think that's dope. Me personally, see, me being a debater, I'm coming at it from the psychology that I wouldn't do shit that'll be hard for me to that'll be hard for me to debate my way out of, right? Me having a debate mindset, like I wouldn't do a lot of shit that I couldn't defend my actions. Charleston not a debater. He don't give a fuck what you think. He's got an agenda and he's trying to achieve that shit by any means necessary. So he don't care if he lose the debate on, hey, you said don't diss the dead, but you diss the dead. And motherfucker, so what you doing for the community, bitch ass nigga? I can hear him now. You know what I'm saying? So he don't care about that. All that shit don't even take away from him, hurt him. He can be hypocritical, nigga. And see, a lot of niggas don't like that. Because let me tell you something real quick. 21 Savage put a tweet out. I'm going to pull it up. 21 Savage said, man, we got to put the guns down, man. And everybody roasted that nigga. They was like, 21 Savage, are you serious? They started putting his lyrics up there and shit like that. I thought it was stupid. Because I'm like, listen, they're not taking away from the fact that I'm with 21 Savage on this one. You know why? We say all the time, these rappers don't tell your children to put the guns down. Now here go a rapper telling your children what he telling his children, put the guns down. Him doing that is him also saying, bro, this shit I'm rapping about just for money. I don't want you niggas shooting each other. I can't say that because it'll hurt my brand, but what I can tell these little niggas is put the guns down. And it's gonna look hypocritical because I'm 21 Savage, but I'm saying what I feel. But see, now that's the problem of being a rapper though, because you may not wanna put that message out, but when it's feeding a whole gang, you got to be a hypocrite now. You got to double talk. You got to rap about one thing. That's no different if a, you know what? Let me fall back a minute and pass the mic here on this one, matter of fact.
Yeah,
No, go ahead, sis, man. You got you got it. I went last.
Oh, okay. What I was saying is like the rappers, we should start treating rap like how we treat gangster movies, where I was listening to somebody talk about this. I don't know if it was you, bro, or somebody else, but where the Italians, you know, they're depicted in gangster movies as killers and murderers and so on and this and that. And yeah, some of that went on in real life, but that's not how the people are as a whole towards one another. So they have this genre of entertainment that actually does glorify violence to some degree, but it's not imitated by the people. And I think we should treat hip hop the same way. And there was a time when we did. When gangster rap first started, like, you know what I'm saying, the levels of violence that we're seeing now, there was violence in the streets, of course, there always was. But the levels to which we're seeing it now was not that, like mothers don't have 5, 10 kids and lose 5 in the same hood type shit. Like that stuff wasn't going on. So, but we were still entertained by the music and we were still jamming. A lot of us grew up on that music and we didn't grow up to be gangsters. So we viewed it as entertainment. But I think today, the lines between reality and entertainment are being blurred, due in part to social media, because back when we saw music for music and music as art and entertainment, rather than something to emulate, you know, in terms of the negativity and the violence, all we had was the music. And then, you know, we had the music videos on TV. But now you got Twitter, you got Facebook, you got Instagram. So not only are you getting the music from the rappers, but now you're getting to see them in, you know, in their day-to-day life in some cases. So now the lines between entertainment and reality become blurred because you're seeing this rapper's reality and you're being exposed to the entertainment at the same time. Now you think the entertainment is what it is. Now you got to go diss the dead and go shoot up your ops. That's just my opinion, but you guys, you know, if
you're right. No, you're right, because there was a time where you got to remember when if a rapper was revealed to not live that life and he was just faking it, he can lose his whole career. He will no longer sell albums. Now he can no longer feed his family. Being an entertainer and not doing what you rap about in real life was like a no-no. So they created this reality. In order for you to get support, you have to be really about what you're talking about. And now that these young kids are actually doing that, the same people that will criticize them are saying, oh my God, you're too violent, this need to stop. And I'm like, wait a minute, but y'all wanted this. Y'all asked for this. Y'all wouldn't have bought his album after you said that he didn't really live that life. You would have been trolling him. He would have been a meme all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we live in a really strange place, man.
You know what's so deep about what y'all?
What we want.
Oh, my bad. No, you had cut out. My bad. After you said we live in a real strange place, you cut out. Start right there, bro. Take your time. You good?
I got you. Yeah, I would say we live in a real strange place because it's almost to the point where we ask for certain things, and when we get it, we know we against it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's weird. You know what I'm talking about? People really want to see violence. People really, because that's what's selling. I mean, when you look at the numbers don't, man, come on. The numbers show that this is what the majority of people want to see. You know, the good guys and the people that live righteously, that ain't getting millions of views. People ain't tuning in for that. You know, being a real man out here, that nobody is tuning in for that. So I just think we got our priorities really mixed up, man. But y'all got it.
Yo, y'all touched on some heavy stuff. You was saying like how we represent the generation, yo. Hold on, let me shut my door real quick. Y'all boys digging, right? You was saying how we represent the generation, right? Where you had to start rapping what you live. At that point, it's not really art. Like if I'm drawing a fucking Michelangelo painting, or like some of our most famous art ain't based in reality. It's based on the mind just being imaginative. What I was getting when you was saying how like, cause you so right when you like, in our generation, I saw the rap game go from heavy lyricism, wordplay, you being able to think chess player like and come up with these hot metaphors and punchlines, right? I saw that era go away. And then we had the Young Jeezys and the Gucci Manes, and I liked them too. And one thing that made me start producing trap music, because when I started rapping, I rapped like New York artists. I was into lyricism, big words, metaphors, and it was all about telling stories like Slick Rick. It wasn't about glorifying the hood. It was about who can paint the vividest picture of our reality. And rappers would tell you, we're not glorifying the ghetto. We just rapping about where we from and what it's like. This is our reality. But the rappers that was the best at doing that, they weren't living it. The niggas that was actually living that life didn't really have a lot of time to rap and read a thesaurus and be a fucking poet too. So the day of you being like a dope boy and a poet didn't go hand in hand. The dope boys would tell you, man, them rappers, man. But the rappers was telling you everything in the dope boy's life, and in the crackhead life, and in the regular nigga life, and in the gangster life. These were the poets, you know, and they was able to look at the reality we all lived in and paint the picture. It didn't matter if they lived it or not. No one asked this question, and this gonna really fuck y'all up. I just thought about this. Don't you know Michelangelo probably wasn't even a Christian, but he painted most of the Christian art? No one asked, was he even a Christian? Guess what? Was he even living the shit that he was painting? We tell a young nigga today, you gotta live that shit. If you talking about selling drugs, you gotta live it. No, he don't. He can talk about what's going on in his environment, and selling drugs is in his environment. And if he know anything about how to weigh it and how to cook it, even though if he ain't never sold it, he can still talk about that part of it. So what I'm saying is, I'm just saying how you can have the same energy of the grime, the streets, but you ain't glorifying it, because a lot of my favorite artists actually took your ass to the hood mentally, but they weren't glorifying it. They was basically saying, let me show you about where I'm from. This the shit going on, and these the people that ain't doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And Slick Rick is one of my favorite artists as well. You know what I'm saying? I love the way that brother used to tell stories and shit. And again, I think that they don't, like, I think Citizen Man said it, they don't blur the line between reality and entertainment, or was you, Bro Sanchez, and they don't merged it together. And now when you look into in society, look how chaotic it has become. So we know that what is happening is very detrimental. So when you got a brother like Charleston White coming in and being very raw, I don't see nothing wrong with it. How else do you approach a chaotic situation. You know what I'm saying? What, with flowers and candy? You feel like they tripping. Like, you gotta be raw, because the streets don't got no love for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Not right now anyway. So yeah, I'll fall back on that.
Yeah, man. They bro, was it you that did the report on Charleston White putting that dude in jail in Atlanta?
I touched on it, but I didn't break it though.
Okay, so you did mention it though.
Yeah, quick flip Vino.
Yeah, man. I don't really know what to make of that, because there you have a case where the lines between reality and entertainment are being blurred. Because didn't Charleston White come out the gates and say, I'm an entertainer, I say these things for shock value? Wasn't that his original claim?
Well, but listen,
now
I'm gonna tell you some shit what you diving into now, citizen man. This goes into his connection with them folks too. Because even though he's an entertainer, just like you got a lot of platforms like Vlad, No Jumper, Charleston White, that's getting into these rappers sort of feel and shit. And I'm just saying, it's a lot of ways to get indicted online. And it's people on here telling you they're openly working with them people. That's why I think gangsters are dumb for even fucking with a nigga like Charleston White, because he's a good man, regular nigga who's a snitch, who's an upstanding American citizen, and all that good stuff.
You can't call him a snitch. He's because a snitch would imply he's involved in criminal activity too.
Right, he's not a snitch. Guess what?
I would say he's a citizen doing his civic duty.
There you go. He's neighborhood, not only neighborhood watch. There you go. Yep. And I can't say nothing wrong with that. Everybody don't got to be going down the goon route.
But what I was talking about what I was getting at though, with the blurring of the lines that I think Charleston White is doing is, if he came out the gates as an entertainer and as a voice, you know, how did he end up finding himself in this conflict with this person to the point where he made it to where real consequences fell on this guy's head? I mean, granted, Vino did it to himself because he shouldn't have entertained the shit in the first place. But, you know, Charleston White's actions had real consequences in this case. So now the entertainment became reality.
And question,
you know what I mean?
So it seems like he's doing the same thing with rappers, man. I think, no doubt, King. I think the brother Charleston White have, I think he driven off path, because now when I see his video, I don't see the kids. I'm like, what are kids at? What are kids? Every time I see him, he riding, smoking. I ain't saying nothing wrong with that. Let me tell you,
but look,
he's going off course.
He ain't the type dude that'll put. Listen, you cannot put a kid on your YouTube video. You're gonna really go down. That's why I had to make my shit 18 and older. And I love my little nigga Jason. But guess what, nigga? I was so paranoid. You gotta be 18 to be on my shit. Cause if they see you drinking a beer, smoking a blunt, having a mature conversation, and it's somebody on your shit below 18, you setting yourself up for some real shit. So
well, yeah, I can see that. But what I'm kind of saying is, every time I see the brother live, he live all day, all night, every day. And I'm like, where you spending time with the kids at? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm on the outside looking in. But I think the brother, I think he's off course a little bit.
But see, there you go again. We can't really verify that because we don't live with him. That's just like when I go live. Once I turn my camera off, you don't know what the hell Dredd is doing after the camera go off. So he only allowed bits and pieces of his life. Nobody that's on YouTube has a 24-hour live stream of their life. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you feel me? So it's like he's doing everything he have to do to survive out here, and I think he found a nice lane for himself. I think people are just criticizing him because he came up. It's just simple as that. I don't see nothing. With the things that he say, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Because let's be honest, we could talk and we can talk until our lips fall off. Society haven't changed one bit. So if somebody found a different approach, allow them to do it. Because all the other approaches ain't working either. You see what I'm saying? And if he was lying about something, that'd have been one thing too. But he's speaking the truth. He's really telling us what's happening out here. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, no doubt. I agree with the brother's message. You know, I mean, it got good messages within it. You know what I mean? Even though, you know, it's unorthodox, so to speak. But I just think he's off course a little bit. You know, I ain't knocking him, to each his own. That's just my humble opinion. Yeah, I just think he's going off course a little bit. You know what I mean? But hey, he a grown ass man. He can do whatever he want to do.
Right, because I think that he do a lot more for the community than a lot of people can say. You know, think about the conversation we're having right now. We're having a conversation about a person that actually do work in the field. We're not talking about the other guys that ain't doing jack shit.
Hey, Dreads, now I want you to speak because you're making a very good point. That's what I like about Charleston White. What about the people that say, like what Don just said, show me your work so we can verify it. That way we can give you the stamp of approval for you making that claim. I think you can probably look up his shit too. I forgot the name of his outreach program for the youth, but you can probably just look it up. But yeah, I don't really, like I said, I don't think he can show his outreach work on YouTube because he's already branded himself on social media and it'll be conflicting. So it's a lot of business shit, Madon, that I think we don't know yet because we ain't as big as he is yet on this shit. But yeah, if he doing something in the streets, which I bet he is, because nobody from Texas gonna let him be this big talking about what he doing in the community, and they from that community and they ain't saying, hey, that nigga lying his ass, or I'm from this hood, he ain't doing it. So ain't nobody did that. So I gotta say that man doing just what he say he doing, whether he putting it out on YouTube or not. And I think the reason he not putting it out on YouTube is for red tape and branding and all the business shit. And I'm gonna fall back right there.
Oh no, yeah, I can definitely understand that point of, you know, I can understand that for sure.
Oh, my bad, man.
Oh no, that's all I want to say. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, bro. Also, he's probably not putting out his, what he's doing in the real world too much with his, with his businesses and his organization or whatever, because when you brand yourself online, you're gonna attract positive and negative attention, and that negative attention that you get online can actually affect you in the real world. So maybe he's trying to separate the two, so one doesn't affect the other. So the trolls can't go, attack his business, file false claims, or come to his organization and, make all types of claims about him and try to get him in trouble or try to get him shut down, that type of stuff, because they do that too.
Absolutely. I seen a video a couple of days. It ain't on his channel, but some other channel posted it where he was at the, I think he was talking to city council or something like that. And he went in. Like I'm talking about this man went in there and told the 100% truth about what's going on in the communities and things that need to change. You feel me? Ain't too many people are doing things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I seen it, I was like, God damn, buddy, really, really is about these kids out here. Like, he really is trying to make a difference out here. And to me, that's smart to separate your business from your character or your personality on YouTube. Because again, if they was to get hold of his charity or his business or whatever and try to shut him down, that means they're cutting off this man his way of living. Why would anybody want to see anybody struggle, dog? This is the reality of our society. People will call your job, people will call your line of work and get that shut up. They don't give a damn about you having kids, a wife, a husband. They don't care. Because when they get you fired or get your sponsorship closed down, they could go watch another YouTuber and still enjoy their life. You see what I'm saying? So I'm with the brother, man. I don't care. I'm with him.
Yeah, I'm with him too, because oh no, go ahead, citizen man.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say, in that aspect, I do support him and I do agree with him, because as an advocate for free speech, I may not agree with everything he says, but I agree with his right to say it. And I think it's wrong that people do that. But it's a nasty world that we live in. And I kind of had to do the same thing for me. You see how they treating me on YouTube. So I can't expose too much of my businesses and my private endeavors online either. You know what I mean? Because now what they're doing to me on YouTube, if I keep making channels and coming back and popping up and blowing up again, they're going to have to find another way to come at me. And if I open myself up to, you know, exposing that vulnerability, which is my other means of income, then they have another way to attack me now. Now I'm showing them my belly, so to speak. Facts.
And remember, I think we had this conversation a while back, Sanchez, when we was talking about censorship. It was on the lines on the lines of censorship, and I'm, you know, flagging each other, censoring each other. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I said we have to be really careful about the whole censorship situation, because I think we talked about this a while back, and we was like, man, we have to be careful because this can snowball and it can bite us in our ass, and I think that's what's happening now. I can give you a perfect example of how that censorship snowballed and bit people in the ass with the conservative political movement online. Since 2013, 2014, they were talking about, conservatives mostly, and like people like Alex Jones and so, was talking about the, you know, Chinese style censorship that these platforms want to implement, which is what they're doing now. And once they started implementing it, the first group of people they implemented they perfected the algorithms on were the flat earthers, because that was the most vulnerable group of people, in the sense that both liberals and conservatives, people on both sides of the political aisle, there was enough of them to think flat earth was that stupid to not bat an eye at it. And I always get at my conservative brothers and sisters for this, because this is where they dropped the ball. They should have came to the defense of the flat earthers once the flat earthers started crying out about the censorship. But many of them sat back and laughed and cheered for it. And then it wasn't until conservatives started getting censored off YouTube, which was the next group to go, that then they wanted to get up in Congress and say something. But I think by then it was too late, because they had already perfected the algorithms on the flat earth community. And just because they didn't agree with the flat earthers, they failed to defend them, and now it's coming back to bite them in the ass, just like Dredd said. Yep. And now, I'm a prime example of that. And now people are talking about what Charleston's saying is wrong. And you know what? This is when I realized that people really don't know what they want. People don't know what they want. They don't know if they want freedom of speech or they want to censor everything. They don't know. Because really, in reality, that's what we're saying. We need to censor him too, huh? Or we need to tell him how he should talk. Don't no man have to abide by any other man's rules, man. If that man want to talk the way he want to talk, let him talk that way. He got the right to do it. As long as he ain't out there robbing, stealing, and killing, he should have the freedom of speech, man. Just like we should have the freedom of speech. You know, just like Citizen, I got you. No. But just like Citizen Man said, when we was doing our flat earth, y'all know what it is, man. We ain't got to talk about it. Flat earth took over YouTube. Took over the whole, man. You could type, nigga, you could type in how to knit some shit, and a flat earth video popped up. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like they created this censorship and made it, they normalized it. Not everybody feeling that shit right now, but I fall back. Y'all got it.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, I can't say this about Charleston White. Like I said, I grew up in Fort Worth, Texas. I got a lot of homies that know Charleston White. They say he's a good dude, you know. And one thing I can't say I like about the brother is that he make niggas look silly, man, for even just calling up there and just calling the nigga on the phone, just making it, you know what I'm saying, just setting their own self up, man. And I think it's making brothers be smarter in the decisions that they make when they go online. You know what I'm saying? So I get a brother props for that.
Hey, let me say something about that censorship and the whole flat earth movement. Americans, to me, and I gotta just speak the way I speak, I think Americans are dumb as fuck, because when an American see another American rights getting infringed upon by the government, long as it ain't they particular little group, they all celebrate it to this their fucking group. And then once they hit everybody group, is now normalized that right is taken from y'all. Everybody laughed at everybody. This is how rights get taken away. I'm glad y'all brought that shit up. For real. That's why I said, even if you don't like Charleston White, a man should. That's the first video I ever made on Thomas Sotomayor was me defending him. And folks was like, what? I lost a lot of subs, but I gained a lot of subs from his side. But the thing was, I was telling my folks, look, I don't care if you agree with what he's saying or not. My debate tonight is, do a man need to die because of some shit he said with his freedom of speech? And there was a lot of niggas calling in like, bro, these agents are worthy of death. And I'm like, bro, we in trouble. This is another dude who look, see, it's easy to get very passionate if somebody disagree with you. Like when we get in these globe earth debates, I can get to a point where I'm like, man, it's real heated. Globe earthers have even said flat earthers need to die and shit like that. But see, what I'm saying is, just because we that divided, if the government silence one group that you hate, you'll celebrate it. Then when they silence your ass, another group that hates you celebrate. But at the end of the day, everybody gonna be silenced, and that right will be gone just because a nigga hates you that much. Think about it. That's like saying a nigga hates you so much, right? He saw the police beating you down in the alley while you was in handcuffs. And he said, man, fuck that nigga. That's my hater. Let the police beat that nigga down while he in them handcuffs. Now, that's the kind of mentality we got. Even my hater, I would stand up from, because I said, no, the police shouldn't be doing that, buddy. No, if we let them do that, you going to be the next nigga. So, yeah, we don't think like that, though. We say, man, they beat my hater down in the alley. Fuck that. We going to watch out for the police, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, nigga, cheer the police on your ass.
For sure,
That's fucked up.
That's crazy. I'm going to play some clips for y'all real quick, and then we'll open the round table. Salute the citizen, man. Question everything. Madon Kemet. And we got J Mac coming up. We got me, myself. We got Sir Drop TV. We got the 70-30 show. And we got the OG Leo joining us right now. And we about to go ahead and open up the round table after I run these clips by y'all. Salute to
one more thing, bro. When you were playing that Charleston White clip earlier, the audio on the clip was really low, so you might want to check that.
You know what? Thanks. Let me see here. Y'all let me know if it's low on y'all end. Now listen, here's one of the things what Charleston White said, what I think. See, and another thing is this. When it comes to the internet, you ain't gonna grow the way Charleston White growing if you ain't willing to sacrifice something. And in this case, he's willing to be controversial and sacrifice his damn life. Because the shit he's saying and doing can get you killed. Now, what I respect warriorhood so much, I say if you doing something that can get you killed, is it a just cause? And when I look at this nigga's cause, man, it just I ain't gonna lie, y'all, this shit is like inspirational, bro. It's like a nigga standing up against some niggas that I wouldn't be online every day dissing. So the shit's brave. I said this nigga's a black Napoleon, man. Let me play this shit, though. Hey, OG Leo, what up? You want to say something before I hit play, OG?
Yeah, I personally, I don't like the message he putting out. You know, like one clip I heard, he was, talking about the kids in school. I say, we need to be taking our kids out of their schools, and then on the other hand, like I said, I think he's a confidential informant, because the only way he would do something like that if you're working with the police, and that's how he get people locked up, because he's working with the fucking police.
What if a little boy said, when I grow up, I want to work with the police and the FBI, and I want to be an informant? That's a job. Now, Charleston White said that's his dream. He said he want to get rappers locked up for selling dope, for putting guns in the hood, for putting dope in the hood.
That's the spook behind the door. The spook behind the door. We all know how that story ended. They all died, bruh.
Yeah, but they did all die though, OG. That's straight. That's facts though.
A money trap you. Nigga, fuck you. Nigga, fuck you talking about don't let the evil money trap you. Don't let the evil of brokenness and poverty trap you. Which one you rather?
Now, I like what he's saying right here. Let me rewind this. It might be a little low because he got the windy background, but check it out.
Say, man, yeah, man. Shout out to my man, Sykes Nation, man. Yeah. What's up with it, man? On my way to go work out. Yeah, finna go get it in this morning. Don't let the evil of money trap you. Nigga, fuck you.
Never trust the man that don't work out, y'all. He ain't serious about this soldier warrior shit.
Nigga, fuck you talking about don't let the evil money trap you. Don't let the evil of brokenness and poverty trap you. Which one you rather be trapped by, money or poverty? Because they say wherever there's poverty, then God is not where there's lack. So maybe you don't get your bitch ass out of here.
Now that part I didn't like because he got that from a prosperity preacher. But guess what? That's what Texas flooded with. Now a lot of niggas may think Charleston White trolling when what he's saying now. He finna go into this Creflo Dollar mode. But real talk, you may say Bro Sanchez being a hypocrite. I don't think this nigga faking. In Texas, you got a hell of a, that's where all the prosperity church is at. So he probably really, like I was from the Bible Belt, believing that shit. Like, yeah.
Nigga, I'd rather for evil money to trap me, motherfucker, than brokenness. Get your bitch ass up out of here, hoe. Bitch ass, who is you, nigga?
So he mixing the prosperity shit with the street shit, and it's just genius. But hold on.
George Hamlin, man, if you don't go suck your mama pussy, nigga, please. Nigga, when the Bible says money answereth all things. Yeah, nigga, I want to be evil, motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, I want to be evil, bitch ass nigga. Yeah, telling me.
Now, I don't want to be evil, but I wouldn't mind being rich as fuck, though. Now, if I got to be evil to be rich, I say, well, who I got to be evil against, goddammit. Now, if I could be evil against other evil motherfuckers and be rich, I'll sign up. But I ain't trying to be evil against the innocent.
But don't, nigga, if you don't get your bitch ass out my motherfucking way, bother me. Talking about, don't, nigga, I want to be evil. Yeah, you talking about, I want to be evil with plenty of goddamn money. Yeah, you talking about, motherfucker, you go.
Now, that ain't prosperity preaching. Creflo don't say be evil for the money. He say be holy for it. But what I'll say is this. Interesting mentality. Like I said, everything about Charleston is radical. Keep that in mind that this is character too. Because I just don't see that nigga really serious about, you know, I want to be evil. He making a radical point. But yeah, you know, if he doing what we know he doing for the community, and I was watching a video where he just rolled up on a random nigga and gave him like some money or some shit like that. But all I'm saying is people will take stuff like this now and they can fucking dagger Charleston if they wanted to be petty about it. And it's some places out there where they wouldn't give him the parity pass. Which is why I say, well, not why I say, but why I want to ask everybody on the panel right now. Do you think him being a character running up the YouTube algorithm takes away from any outreach work he's doing? Because that's the real debate. Me personally, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I would say some parents may feel like he a target and may not want them around their kids, but I don't know.
I don't think so. Long as the work is getting done. If he's not doing the work and he's just on the internet doing this shit, I think it'll be a different situation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think it's taken away from what he actually doing. Because matter of fact, you can't take away what he actually doing, regardless of what our opinions might be about him. The work that he does in real life will always be there. You know what I'm saying? That legacy will be there. You know.
Yeah, and the reason you can't take away from it, because if I bought 10 middle schools, the poor children backpacks and school supplies, them kids don't give a fuck about what you saying about Bro Sanchez. Them kids don't even care if you don't like flat earth. What did you give them? What did you do to help? See, so it's like it's two different scenarios going on. And let me say salutes to George Macon and Urban Nerds as well. The George Macon experience. Let me say salutes to you and the Zayats Institute. Big salutes for what y'all doing in the community. George Macon, if you're listening, I think you should come up just if you got a little time, because we're talking about the balance between community works and YouTube presence. Now listen, I think Charleston White is so ahead of his time, niggas don't get it. For example, certain YouTube entities will pay you and book you if you maintain a certain brand. What that brand of Charleston White is a radical talking nigga. In other words, if I go through Charleston White website right now, which any of you can, and you can book this man, if your money right, he'll come. He's not, this man will come on anybody's shit. Can you afford him? So he can be booked. But the thing is, if I book Charleston White on my show, guess what? I want Charleston White. I don't want him to come on my show being calm and acting nice. I want the same Charleston White that made everybody else channel blow up with the controversial topics and the radical shit. So he's not gonna stop because it's running up the algorithm. And guess what? In a world of just everybody in a mundane, monotone sort of spirit, he's a rabble rouser. He's a rabble rouser. He's saying, listen, fuck all the rules. I think he's very conscious of what he's offering to black media. And I don't think we're looking outside on a macro, like at the whole content from a content creator perspective. It's a lot of parody and character go into this. I'm not saying like a fool every goddamn day in my real life and shit. You know what I'm saying? So off the camera, you know what I'm saying? The man got other shit going in the streets where he really care about children. But on the camera, that I done heard him say, fuck them kids, nigga, this channel about entertainment. But when he say fuck them kids, a nigga, you'll see him in the chat like, oh, see here, a hypocrite, fuck the kids, but he helping the kids. I'm from the South, and I know y'all getting a South nigga misrepresented. South niggas don't understand South niggas, first of all. He ain't saying fuck the kids. That's just the Southern, he's saying fuck what you saying in his chat about kids, because his channel ain't about the kids. His life is about the kids. But that went over a lot of niggas' head, and I saw that shit. Is it going over anybody's head right now?
Not mine.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I'm from the South too, so
yeah, you know I'm from the South as well, so I understand what you're saying.
And don't we get motherfuckers confuse our shit a lot of time being from the South now, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got our own language system, man. That's what the world don't realize.
But I would
we say certain things that I got a partner, he from New Jersey, and when he came down, you know, we say certain things and he'll be like, yo, that shit wouldn't fly in New Jersey. You know, it means something totally different in New Jersey. I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So I knew it was like a slang barrier or a language barrier when you're dealing with up north and down south. But yeah.
Bro, I think your mic's muted.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Shit, my bad.
I was trying to check my internet.
I am talking
Like
on
you
mute.
had me over here paranoid. Like, I'm like
No, my bad. I'm over here now. I'm drinking a little too much, but yeah, I'm talking on muted. No, I'm in relaxed mode though. I'm light today, but yeah, man. The thing is though, with the whole Charleston white shit, and we finna hit play on this shit. It's so common to meet niggas from the South that exaggerate and get radical. But everybody know, man, you know that nigga, that's just what we do. You know what I'm saying? We like to get loud and get rap and just, so yeah, a lot of folks don't get that form of comedy too. And I think also that's why a lot of Northern comedians was blowing up quicker than, it took the Southern comedians a little while to get on in the game.
Hey, bro, Sanchez.
Yeah.
George Macon went the link. That's all. My bad, my brother.
Oh, hell for sure. Hell yeah, man.
Grand Rising. Much love to everybody, man.
Much love.
Shout out to the chat.
Peace, brother.
Hey, to George Macon, I'm dropping the link I'm adding you right now, and to everybody in the waiting room, I got time today, so y'all just hold on out. I'm just trying to have a controlled amount right now because I want to hear from these brothers. They've been around a minute, you know, with this shit. And yes, you niggas in the waiting room, you know is love. Hold on a second, though. But yeah, we got to get George Macon on. We talking about the balance between community work and YouTube presence. And this is a brother that he's very active in both. And now I know it take a lot out of you to be active just on the internet. So to do them both, you definitely need a team, let me say that. So, and you need to be very serious about it because both of them require consistency. Any YouTuber will tell you it ain't easy doing YouTube. And it ain't easy doing the street work. Ain't none of that shit easy when you talk about stepping up with the positive torch or whatever. But yeah, salutes to the OG George Macon and to Urban Nerds. When I see him in the waiting room, we will definitely allow him on to give us some insight and game and everything. So yeah, before I hit play right here, if anybody on the panel want to say anything, for sure.
Be holy, holier than that.
Yeah, anybody go ahead, you got it. So let me ask y'all something. Well, matter of fact, let me play this and be quiet and then we'll talk about it.
Nigga, I want to be evil, motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, I want to be evil. Bitch ass nigga. Yeah, telling me, but don't nigga, if you don't get your bitch ass out my motherfucking face, bother me. Talking about, don't nigga, I want to be evil. Yeah, you talking about, I want to be evil with plenty of goddamn money. Yeah, you talking about, motherfucker. You go be holy, holier than thou. Broke. Say, I got number love for haters.
Now, what Charleston White don't understand how much of a genius he is sometimes. Because what he just did was make a joke, right, about a debate that I've been trying to have in the community. People, how rich do we get to where we get compromised? Now, this is the elephant in the room. And y'all know I'm good at sparking some good shit. Come on, let's talk about money versus compromise. Now, Charleston White is getting a lot of money now. And guess what? A lot of people are saying he's compromised. He's working with the government. He getting booked. He on. Hey, guess what, man? I'm fucking thinking, to me, nigga, that's better than the rap life. That's better than the drug life. Nigga, think about it. I can only say how I feel. I'm a nigga who joined the military for a better life, to better the earth. And I think you still can do that. Listen, if a child had the choice to get in a gang or be a police, fuck what y'all niggas talking about, bro. I'd rather than be a police. Now, a lot of niggas don't like me for that. They call me a police nigga. But check this out. I get what Charleston White saying. Salutes to George Macon. Hey, George, when you get your mic ready, just unmute. And yeah, You get okay. Yes, salutes to
I,
urban
I
nerds
think
worldwide.
I don't think he's an agent. I think he used that as a defense mechanism, which is clever as hell when you look at it on deeper than the surface level, But I don't think he's an agent.
Man, I think this nigga really working with the authorities. And guess what? He's justifying.
Me too, bruh.
He's justifying. But guess what? I'm not going to deny that he ain't working with authorities. What I'm going to say is, can we be mad at him? Because think about it, right? If we say the gangs are a gang terrorizing their community, and we say we want to stop the gangs. Now, here's the two things that I'm going to say. If a nigga say, well, I'm going to get on a team that's going against the gangs to help my community, I'm going to say that's a good man. Only if he don't know no better. Because we woke, we know the police and the gangs on the same team. But you got to be real woke to know that. Now, I don't think you got to be as woke as we are, OG, to still make a big positive impact in the hood. And sometimes I see a lot of woke niggas that ain't doing shit but just looking cute and being woke, acting bougie too. That's why I like Charleston White.
I think that's actually smart, because if we understand that the gangs and the police kind of work together, why not put them against each other? Let them destroy each other.
That's chess.
Because that will lead. You feel me? You get the innocent people out the way and you let the gangs fight each other.
Just like they
and
divided and conquered us.
People. Yeah, and we know as black people, when we think somebody working with them folks, man, we're going to stay clear of them. So, if he got the world thinking that, a lot of people probably, they'll be more cautious as they approach the brother, because they might think an agent around, or, anything. So, the brother's smart as hell. You got to give it up.
Now, let me ask you guys this. Let me say salutes to George Macon. Let me go ahead and turn the mic over to the OG real quick. And if you ready for it, salutes to the urban nerds worldwide and George Macon. Your microphone a little, what is that, muffled? Almost 2,000 people in the building. Smash that like button for your boy. Thank y'all. Is he muffled on y'all end or just mine? Because he muffled on mine.
Yeah, he definitely a super low.
Yeah, we got to get the bro mic right,
Yeah, go
man.
out and come back in, George.
Yeah,
I think you got a bad connection, my brother.
Yeah, we definitely got to hear from you, George. We got to get that mic right. Anybody else before I hit play? What I want to say about this is I always wanted to know Charleston's white capitalist mindset. His what he think about the dollar and how, you know what I'm saying, about wealth and all that. This video answered my question. And it kind of let me down a little bit, but then I had to remember this is Charleston White, and he just trying to get the young niggas out of a defeated mindset too. I had to replay this a couple times because knowing that the system is fucked up and flawed ain't an excuse for you not to compete in it. You're born in it. So it's a lot of conversations we gotta have tonight about balance, man. I think, about YouTube presence versus community presence versus my association with the powers that be, the government, and my wealth and economic plan versus my plan for what I'm gonna do for the people and all them. Does one compromise the other? In politics, we see too often that they do. That's why people fucking with Charleston White. They saying this nigga's money, his political affiliations, his YouTube fame, none of that ain't compromised his spirit to go after the radical problems in the black community. So I think that's why at the end of the day, he gonna be more relevant than a lot of niggas. Cause it don't matter if that's true or not, long as the people think that he gonna be on top.
Too, baby. Yeah, man, shout out to them Joe Pound, man, and them Haitians. I'm talking about nothing but love.
Now, he just said shout out to the Zoe Pound and the Haitians. Now, one thing I'm going to say is this. If you're going to diss gangs, diss all gangs, man. Because it's going to start looking like you gangbanging in a minute. If you start dissing certain gangs and shouting out others now, that's going to start looking like you banging and shit. I'm on the West Coast, and I'm going to tell you now, he playing a real dangerous game now. You better diss all them gangs, man. For real. Because then it's going to look like, y'all get what I'm saying? But anyway, it still don't take from what he doing with the kids neither. Salutes to George. If you get your mic on, give us a mic check. Go ahead, y'all. I'm going to fall back.
Yeah, my mic cool down?
Oh, yeah, you good to go.
Yeah, I was saying that in our communities, we all need to be agents for change. You know, if he working with the feds and the police, you know, he's getting brothers, he's antagonizing brothers and getting them locked up. That's something different. But all of us need to be agents for changing the black community. We watching the black boys die like it's nothing. I heard a brother say we need to get the good people out the way and let them kill each other, but it's almost impossible because even when we get the good people out the way, our children is still being influenced to be in them gangs. It's like a generational recycling. A kid get killed every day across America. There's another 14, 15-year-old with a gun coming right behind them. So we're not going to be able to just get them out the way. We got to fight to change the culture. The culture has to be a culture shift in our communities. I got a problem. I don't dislike Charleston, but I wouldn't trust any children around him because of his methods. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff that he says is correct, but we know that because he's a black man and he's speaking out against the stuff, other black men would want to kill him. So I would never send any of my children to sit around him because he's like a walking time bomb. Like he can't just go somewhere and just be out in public like that with the way that he speaks. So, but I think, I've been saying death to the real nigga on my channel for 3 years. So, and doing videos about not killing our people, but killing that nigga mindset and the mindset of the youth. And then we went and created a program to work with the kids. The problem I got with him is he's online antagonizing the gangs with guns and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know anybody that would let their children go somewhere with him in the program. That's my opening take on that.
Hey, George Macon, first of all, let me say thank you so much for joining. I'm on Bogart you with some questions because you are a brother that's in Charleston White's position, meaning that you have your own outreach program in the community and you have your online presence. Can you give brothers some advice that's trying to juggle the two as far as how to behave online and in the community? Because one thing I noticed about your channel is, now that's what I said that was wrong with Charleston White's approach. Even though he may be bigger than you, I think you're in a more safe spot because you can move around with kids and don't worry about danger and nothing. You can actually show a lot of your work on your channel. And what's the difference between your approach, which is more like a father approach, versus Charleston saying more like a radical anti-gang, ex-gang member? Like, can we kind of see the different? We want to touch on that a little? Yeah.
Yeah, me and my crew, we can go anywhere in the country and talk. Because I don't represent one flag. I represent all the flags. I don't support the gangbanging, but I support my brothers. I love my people. I'm not in the violence business. I'm in the prevention business. So I tell all the gangbangers, listen, if you want to gangbang, you want to be a real nigga, you want to kill each other, fair enough. But if you got a younger brother or sister or some brothers from the hood that's not with that and they want something, you know, they want to make some of their lives, send them over to Urban Nerds, man. Send them right on over to us, man. You know, we'll work with those kids. You know, if you guys, you know, want to get out that life, so we come on neutral grounds. I go everywhere on both. You know, Philadelphia we don't have like gangs like Bloods and Crips, but we got hoods and they blowing each other away. I can go on any one of them. I done been out in all those hoods that I'm not even from with my phone out recording, because when they see us, they know that we're neutral. But I don't go out antagonizing them. I go out in the sense of a big homie where if you guys are killing each other on the block, let us, if y'all want to kill each other, fine, just let us get those kids over there that's not into that. And they respect that. They respect that. You know, so Charles's approach to me is dangerous because he's not going to change stuff in that way, because a lot of those guys are not going to hear him. They're going to turn them right off. Now, some people may, but I don't know how long he can do that. And I know a lot of this stuff is entertainment. You can monetize and all that kind of stuff, but I got a 14-year-old son I drive in the car with. I couldn't, wherever he's in Texas or something, I could never do what he do in Philly. I would have been dead. You would never be able to do that here. You know, so yeah. I guess it all depends on where you live. There's nowhere in the world I would be in Philadelphia antagonizing the street corner guys, the crews like that. Man, them young boys would have lit my ass up by now. Yeah. So, no. Yeah. No, I end up having to hurt one of them because I come from that. So I already know. But no, I don't, this what he's saying, a lot of it is true, but his way of going about doing it, no, like I said, I've been saying death to the real nigga on my, I even got nerds over nigga shirts that we wore around the city. I've been saying that, but the way I disseminate, deliver the message is different. I'm not on there antagonizing the gang members because I want them to hear me. So when we say death to the real nigga, we talking about that nigga consciousness. I'm not on there saying I hope all you niggas die and fuck your mothers and all like what are you doing? Like, nah, man, like he would never be able to take my son nowhere.
See, and that see, guys, I said that may be a problem to his youth outreach programs because I just can't say nothing behind what George said. I'm gonna just say I agree with what George said, even though I like what Charleston White doing. That's the part right there. What I want y'all to address a little bit. Eventually, he gonna have to change. Once he get his numbers up, he can kind of move different. But yeah, even then, folks may still be skeptical of it. That's crazy. This is a hard one here, but I see exactly what George saying. Though.
Look, let me ask you. Would you let like your nieces and nephews go on a program with him, a summer program with him somewhere?
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't, bro. No, no, no. Nah, man.
And it's nothing personal against him because I don't disagree with everything he says, but the way he go about doing it in our communities, man, that's just like you just see he had to make somebody like people done ran up on like nah. I like his message, you know. I don't like what the gangbangers do. I come from that life. I've been in that kind of trouble before I did all that, and I changed my life. I don't like that. You know, to me, the way I view the world today, if you're a black man, you kill another black man, you're a traitor, and we should send you to the white man. We should send you right to the white man. You kill another black man, you are a traitor. I mean, you know, white man, come get your niggas. That's my mentality. But I say it like that, but I don't say it in the way Charleston says. You know, I says it in the manner of teaching. You know, the only way we're gonna clean up our community is if Madon committed somewhere out with his family and get some gas and another black man walk up on him and rob him and shoot him. I'm gonna tell the white man to come get his nigga. You a real nigga, white man, come get him. We need to send those type of niggas to the white man. They're traitors. Period. And that's the only way you're gonna change the community.
Can I ask the brother a question?
Oh yeah, y'all got it.
All right, so I respect what the brother is doing, and I think he's doing it from a logical standpoint. But let's look at history for a second. You can't name one time in history where doing something a peaceful way resolve the issue when you're dealing with a violent community. Never. There's never been a time in history where peaceful individuals went up against some radical or murderous group of individuals and they came out on top. So I get it. He's doing it logically and he's doing it the right way. But just like he said, I could go anywhere and stuff like that. Well, what would happen? That's not going to stop gang members for all out shootout while you with them children. Just because you're doing it the right way is not going to stop them for behaving the way they behave. The majority of people that are dying in the midst of all this gang violence are innocent people.
No, that's not true.
That's is true.
No, it's not, man.
I can speak for my city. Bro, I'm from Miami.
The majority of people getting killed every day is people in the game. Every now and then you might got innocent bystanders that get shot, but the majority of folk that get shot are people that's involved. It's not every night innocent people just getting blown away more than the actual people in the game, bro. That's not happening like this.
But see, I know for a fact, see, this is what everybody in the gang ain't a shooter. Everybody in the gang ain't a killer. So what you're doing is you're crunching the numbers of affiliations and all of that as counting them as also violent individuals. We're looking at for what it is. Everybody in a gang is not a killer, man. These people are dying just for being affiliated with gangs. And then on top of those numbers, you have people that's not even involved in gangs that's also dying. So when you add those numbers up, just the affiliation with innocent people, the numbers go up. They are higher.
All right, you know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to tell you again, I'm in Philadelphia. We had almost 400 homicides, 1,800 people shot. They gang banging, they drugging and gang banging. The majority of people, young black boys that's getting killed are black boys that's involved in the game. Every now and then, innocent bystander or somebody maybe get shot, but out of the 380 people that's dead, majority of them are people that's in the streets. Now, if you affiliated with the gang, right? Let's just keep it all the way 100. Because you said a couple things. If you affiliated with a gang where you know what's going down in your city, a place like Miami, they banging every day, then you already know what come with that. So if you get your face blown on, you already knew going in what come with that, because the other side just want to shoot you for affiliation. We got to get out. Like, we're not stupid. We're not born with one less chromosome. If I'm from 27th Street and I claim affiliation with 27th Street, when 27th Street catch up to me or catch me walking from the store and they paralyze me, then I brought that. I asked for that. Like, you got to separate yourself totally from that. And this is why I keep telling our people, come out from among, scriptures say come out from amongst us. You got to come out from amongst these people and separate and say, listen, I love my people, I love you brothers, but I don't represent that at all. And if you still claiming that, whatever come with that, you got to eat that. And then you spoke about I got what you said now. When you broke down the history and said nothing's been done in a peaceful way, but this is the thing, and I'm gonna say nothing is going to get done in our community with the way Charleston is doing it too, and I'm gonna explain you why. Nothing. That's not gonna do nothing but get Charleston killed. Number one, he don't have enough black men backing him and following him to get change. Number two, we are not allowed to police our community in the manner in which we want to, and it's any form of vigilantism, because you'll get locked up. You know why? Because black on black crime is a marketplace. It is a multi-billion-dollar marketplace. If they wanted it to stop, they would stop it tomorrow. If we wanted to stop it the way we would get arrested for stopping it. Then everybody benefits. So if I shoot somebody, they benefit from me shooting. A body man on the ground, they benefit from. The black dysfunction is profitable for everybody else but black people. If you want to do numbers, the numbers represent that. So what I'm saying is, we can get violent, but that's not going to change nothing either, unless you're going to go after the people that control the market. Period. They will knock our black asses up for going out there trying to stop that shit in a manner in which we want to as black men.
Salute. Hold on. Dread, would you, okay. Anybody before I play the next clip?
I was just gonna say, that's real.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that's real what George was saying about Charleston. That's why I was saying earlier when you asked the question. I think a lot of parents will be scared to bring their kids around Charleston because he's a target, and if a gun get pulled, innocent kid get hit. And like I said earlier, I think the brother's off his course. If he understood the power he had, he would kind of move a little different. But I can't tell a grown man what to do. But he's definitely off course, in my opinion.
Hey,
has there been any incidents where that we can link Charleston to somebody getting murdered because of his message as of right now? Because while Charleston is saying the things he is saying, kids are still dying right now, and they have nothing to do with him at all. We saying that he's going to get somebody. Now we're fortune tellers. He's going to get somebody, but no, there's not one incident that somebody was murdered or killed or based on his message.
Well, what I'm saying is that he's a target. He's a target. He's a moving target. And when you're a moving target, and we all from the hood or whatever we want to call it and shit, we know when you're a target, man, you're high risk. That's all I'm saying.
We're all targets. I mean, Madonna, let's look at it. We're all targets, man.
Yeah, that's true. But
we're all moving targets.
We are. Let me say this. I'm going to say this. Here's the solution. And I think this was the only solution. Me personally, Charleston White is a target, but for righteous reasons. Because of that, I think that he shouldn't even mention anything about his youth program. For example, right? If I was a nigga that are going out here doing a gang antagonization, trying to be the hero against the gangs and get the men to stand up in their community against the gangs, any kind of funding or thing that I would be doing for the children, you wouldn't even know is attached to me. It'll be a whole nother, I'd be like, yeah, bro, you right. I ain't doing that for the community. You right. Whatever you say. You know what I'm saying? And because that'll be my way of protecting my kids in that youth part. But see, when you got a bunch of niggas saying you ain't doing shit in the streets, it's kind of hard for you not to go and say, well, hold up, nigga. So it's up, but I don't know, man. Yeah, but I would say, yeah, he got to have that part. That way nobody can say he's endangering no kids, and he can be as gangster as he want. And guess what? All of his shit, organizations going on over there, that's separate of him completely.
I agree with that. No, your mic is good, brother. I agree with that. I think that Charleston's problem is that he's merging what he does in real life with the antics of what he does online. That is what I think is really, really dangerous.
They take that gangbang, especially on the West Coast. That stuff serious, man. And like, I just, I don't agree with a lot of that stuff because I've grown out of that and grown into a grown man. But I believe that you can call him out, you can do certain things, but some of the ways that he does it, I just think that he goes too far. And just his family, everybody puts everybody at risk. In the day of social media and things where everybody do everything for clicks, man, somebody try to do something for him just to get attention, just to get clicks, man. So, a lot of people, I tell this, a lot of people that like this message, why don't y'all get behind him? Why don't y'all crank up some channels and start emulating what he's doing and make his movement bigger? Let's get 100,000 Charleston Whites online across America. If you really agree with him, pick up his message in your city and do what he's doing. If not, then you don't agree with him. Because if you stand with him, then you'll stand. If you stand with him and love his message, you stand against the gang banging the way he do it. Crank up, get online or get down with him and start different chapters and moving it around your city. If not, you don't agree with him.
We could say the same thing about your message. Ain't 100,000 motherfuckers on YouTube is taking your message in a positive way and doing the same thing.
I disagree.
So, hold on. No. Hold on, brother. You gotta let me finish. If I type in your message on YouTube, there's not going to be 100,000 YouTube channels that's saying the same thing you're saying. There's not. What I'm saying is, no, hold on, brother.
Because what you're saying don't make sense.
No, let me finish and then you tell me why. I'll let you finish. The reason what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you're doing nothing wrong. What I'm saying is,
it's what you're saying.
How you gonna know if I'm making sense or not if you don't let me finish? Let me finish first. The problem is society as a whole. What I'm saying is that people like you are not getting the support that y'all need to get in order for us to see a real difference. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. The people in society say they want one thing, but they then turn around and do something totally different. Because people like you should be getting funding out the kazoo. People like you should be getting views like crazy. This is a fact. And I'm with you on that. And I support you for what you're doing. Society say, we need this, we need this, we need this. But when brothers like you, brothers like myself, Bro Sanchez, and a lot of us who try to make those efforts, we don't see what these evil motherfuckers see. We don't get the support these evil motherfuckers get. So we have to find a way to tap into and get our message out to a broader audience, or so more ears can hear what we have to say on a positive side in order for us to see real change. Until then, these motherfuckers gonna be doing whatever the hell they want to do out here, and I fall back on that.
But the reason why I disagree with you, because you conflated two different arguments. I understand what you just said, but that wasn't the argument. The argument was about Charleston White's method. We know that it's not enough people getting support on the ground and on YouTube. That's a given. That's not what I'm dealing with. What I was dealing with was Charleston White's message. What I'm saying is, if people agrees with Charleston White's message, then people should get behind him and crank up it. Because if he's getting all these views, right? Because see, he's getting the views that you're basically saying we should be getting. But Charleston is getting. But people is watching him for entertainment. Because if Charleston wants to get his face blown off to that tonight, you know what they'll say? Damn, rest in peace, Charleston. A lot of people like, damn, Charleston's stupid for doing that. But they're not really agreeing with Charleston, because they're not furthering and pushing this message. They watching Charleston and laughing for entertainment. They're not taking this shit seriously. So that's what I'm dealing with. We know that in Detroit, Philly, New York, there's all kinds of programs on the ground, grassroots, that people are getting funded for, but it's not getting enough national attention to garner the attention of the youth. But the Charleston came in with a lot of the ratchetness because he knew that people would pay attention to that. Because our people run to the drama, our people run to the trauma and all that kind of stuff. But those same hypocrites that's watching him will not pick up the mantle where he is and do it in their own city because they don't want to get their heads blown off. That's why I don't respect it. Because if you're going to sit there and champion it and say, yeah, Charleston, well, why don't you do it in LA? Why don't you do it in Oakland then? Oh no, I ain't doing it up here. Then get the hell out of here. Then you just watch Charleston for entertainment. You ain't really about that shit. You ain't really about that life. That's all I'm saying. That's the hypocrisy that's going on. Because the thing is, we can use a Charleston way, we can use a George Macon way. But Charleston needs some followers of people that's going to take up that message and do it the same way. Man, ain't too many dudes going out there saying fuck the Crips and they living in South Central like that. So that shit fake to me. It's fake to me. I just got to keep it all in 100.
Okay, I don't know where the disagreement came in because I agree with that. What I was saying was
you mix two different arguments.
No. I was trying to prove a point. What I was saying was, if that's the case, we could say the same about your message as well. There's not people doing the same thing on the other side. What I'm saying is, when you look at both spectrums, from Iron Sight, neither side are getting that type of support, let alone getting the message out there. Neither side. So it's society. It's the problem. Not you, not your message, not what you're doing. It's society as a whole. We're dealing with a society of sleepwalkers. That's a fact. And I think that's what we need to tap into when we're dealing with, especially the younger generation. We're dealing with sheep. And until we approach them exactly that way, our message is going to fall on a lot of deaf ears. These kids are been programmed. We have to unprogram these babies. And a lot of these adults need to be unprogrammed. Let's keep it all the way real. Because a lot of these I call them grown children. A lot of these, they might be adults in age-wise, but mentally they're not. That's all I was saying, my brother.
Yeah, so I don't know what's up with my microphone, man. No, I mean, I agree with you. I agree with that. I just like it's thousands of organizations across America that's really in the street in Chicago and places trying to do certain things, but you don't see. You can count on your hands how many Charleston Whites is out there doing what Charleston White does. But what I'm trying to say is Charleston White has that following that we don't have. But I call it fake. It's fake because those people are not going to do. Those people that's giving them money, saying, go ahead, Charleston, they're not going to do what Charleston do to make Charleston's movement grow in a manner in which it should across the country, because people are not going to take up that manner and do it. They're not going to be down in South Memphis saying, fuck the GDs, man, fuck that, like Charleston, because they know they're going to get their ass blown off. That's my message to them.
Hey,
I agree with you.
That's facts.
They're paying for entertainment. They're paying for entertainment.
Yep.
That's facts. And listen, and Charleston White, somebody in his team said, with your personality, if you check all of these boxes, or maybe not even nobody's team, that nigga seems smart enough to me to know when he look at the internet, oh shit, if I get on this bitch with this kind of personality, the kind of nigga I am in my natural state, like, oh, I'm about to blow. And he was right. I can get this money and then I can put it into my youth program. Now, I would say that's kind of some Robin Hood shit in a way. But like George said, Robin Hood was a target too. You know, like y'all saying, like, to me, now it's two different kinds of approaches, and I'm gonna hit the video and we'll talk about this. I like George making an approach because it's a fatherly energy. He very active with the youth and showing you online what he doing on the YouTube. Now I like the Charleston White approach because he's saying to regular everyday niggas, this is how your energy should be toward the gangs in your community. We're no longer letting them be the motherfucking antagonizers and provocateurs. We on that shit. But now I would say even the average man will say, even though I may have that kind of energy, I'm still not gonna diss the dead and go deep as Charleston going with these gangs and shit. So, but yeah, so it's levels to all this stuff. But to the young ones out there, you look at all the approaches and see where you fit in. But I say, yeah, man, we don't have to take a lot of risk on our lives to make a positive impact. Yeah, man, so salutes to Urban Nerds. But, you know, I do get the radical approach for the radical problem in the community. So this is one of those split conversations for your boy.
The government or what you could say police, the law is behind Charleston. It seemed like so he's kind of different than them because he's maneuvering.
If y'all want me to pause this at any point, let me know. Somebody sent me this, and I gotta play it. Salutes to Mogul State of Mind. We're gonna share your channel. Thank you for letting me use the clip. Fair use.
Me and my cousin, we was talking about this a little bit. What was different between Charleston and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King? Both of them were kind of enemies of the government, but the government is Charleston friends. He's the government or what you could say police. The law is behind Charleston. It seemed like so he's kind of different than them because he's maneuvering with them.
You know what black people scared of?
Yeah.
Charleston go to jail like all of us.
Yeah.
You know what black people scared of. So basically what he wants the black people to do to come together to go against everything else. They're not understanding it. So to break y'all down and make y'all listen to me, I talk about the police. The whole world start listening to Charleston when he talk about the police. But you gotta grow, we gotta rewind the tapes back. He was up there cussing the police out.
Yeah.
To change. He acts a fool when it come down to them. So black people don't listen till they sit there and say, you a snitch. Black people don't care if somebody said they got AIDS, if they got corona, if they got monkeypox, they don't give a damn. They care more about somebody saying he a rat.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And now you got their attention. Okay, he a rat, so we gonna listen. Now they listen to the rat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now they paying attention to the rat. Now they go take a heed what the rat saying. Now they go become what the rat is.
Yeah.
That's 6ix9ine. They listen to the rat. The rat will drop a song right now and be number 1 in the world. Straight up. And go anywhere he wants to.
So with him, what's the cat from Atlanta? Was it Quick? What's his name? That Charleston claimed he got.
Yo, tell me he didn't just say some thought-provoking shit though.
No, he spoke the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah, he spoke out how dysfunctional we are, how we call him a rat, but then run to him, listen to him, support him, give him money. Like we support the fucker. That's what we do in our community.
That's what OG Leo was saying, I think, too. So everybody got good points, man. This is just this situation here crazy, man.
They'll get locked up today. Mm-hmm. Is it Quick Flip Vino?
Yeah, I seen that. I ain't talked to Charleston today though about that.
Do you think? Because I mean, I don't know. Like Charleston said, it's a character.
Yeah.
So I don't know when it's nobody really knows when it's the character and when it's Charleston. I don't know if they playing on dude just so happen to get arrested and he just.
I think when them niggas start talking, the government gonna protect him.
Yeah.
Because he's talking some real. He helping the kids. He can say all this in the world, but when you talking about helping the kids and talking to the kids, then they listen. So I think rappers treat themselves at their spot. They go at Charleston. They make themselves noticeable. Then they make themselves noticeable. Then they start deleting shit. And they start trying to cover up shit. Not knowing them people are right on you already. You can't threaten this man.
This dude. This fucking dude is very. Who is this dude right here? Yeah,
that's Mo 3 manager.
Okay, yeah, he fucking intelligent, man.
And he helps people like Charles can call the DAs. He go to the meetings. He do the same stuff we all can do to meet them. He does it, and he don't take no money from the government.
This is where I need Citizen, man, that right here, because I be joking on the town hall building, and I saw a video.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, because I saw a video of SETI at the council meeting and shit, telling them to let the street vendors in Detroit continue their businesses because ain't enough jobs, and that had an impact in that meeting. So I always been, 50-50 on all this shit.
Charleston's message would be good if more black people had enough balls to get behind them and say what they say in the house when they're not around the gangbangers and the street guys. Most of the people that talk that shit, and the reason why they defend the gangs because they're afraid of them. They're not gonna go out and tell them, the stuff that a lot of people say. They won't even go around these streets, man. They won't even go into these streets to talk to these people. So Charleston's message would really be strong if it became a movement, a thing, more than just words online. If it became a thing across the country. If you had about 20, 30 Charleston whites in Chicago, like for real Charleston whites, that's when because I like the way he speaks, I'm not against it, but he's at a disadvantage because it's only him talking like that. We need more people shaming bad behavior, and not enough people was doing it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, to the point about the town hall.
Yeah, go ahead, Citizen, man, for sure.
Yeah, to the point about the town hall meetings. I've seen, you'll see them all the time, different people. Sometimes you'll see famous people, regular people. But what those meetings do is they kind of give the politicians an idea of where the voters stand. You know what I'm saying? Where the people stand and if they're going to gain the support of the people or if they're going to lose the support of the people. So if they propose something and the people come out there and enough people say, no, we don't want this, chances are they're going to fold. But the problem is the politicians most times get to do whatever they want because not enough people show up to the town hall meetings and actually participate and make their voices heard. So, you know the old saying, silence is approval. So the problem that we have with these local governments is because not enough people speak up and say anything, just like y'all were talking about, these problems persist and the politicians don't really care to do anything about it because there's no pressure being put on them, or not enough. But
and bro, I just want,
I believe I was
just gonna say, in the town hall meeting, yeah, it's a formality. Sometimes it's for nothing. Sometimes you actually get results. But it's one of the few ways that we as the public get an opportunity to put pressure on the politicians. And they'll actually listen because by law, they have to sit there and listen.
Okay, and I can go with that, you know. And so that's why I kind of changed my stance on the fact that you can't accomplish nothing through the political system. So I do think a lot of it is due to lack of participation, but how we participate too, man. So he's saying on a local level with meetings like this, because I have seen this work in the South myself, but the people got to be together, like he said, numbers. Let me salute to the chat room and to the people in the waiting room. Bear with me, guys. We coming. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I just wanted to tap in, bro. I think, we all should be working against the system because the system been told us it don't care about the kids. That's why technology is the future. When I was growing up, it was children was the future. And that's my beef with Charleston, Brown, and all these groups that's, working with the government, the system. The system is trying to jab our people up. We should be against all of this shit. We should be calling out the churches, the governments, all of that shit, because they trying to basically computerize us. You know what I mean? And that's my beef with all of them. We calling the wrong system the fuck out. Instead of telling our kids, we should be telling the people to homeschool their kids instead of sending them to that fucking school to prison pipeline. You know what I mean? And that's my smoke. I got to smoke with the system because, like you always talk about, the system been pushing, about the children being the future. It's been pushing technology as the future. So I got to smoke with all of them because they agreeing with the system.
I think we need right there. I think we need the schools, we just need to change the curriculum.
No, brother, we don't need their schools. Their schools and indoctrinating the kids, making zombies.
Opportunity to become
the schools are not creating free thinkers, my brother.
And we can mold.
They're not creating free thinkers. They're creating zombies to do what the system tells them to do. So I totally disagree with you.
Man. The internet changed all that.
The same thing.
They are creating.
You're a religious man. You believe in religion.
They're creating. They're creating. Hey, Madon, you know that they're creating consumers and conformists. They're not creating no one that's gonna challenge the system. That'll be asinine to the system to actually.
I beg to differ because kids are.
Think about it. That'll listen. That'll be like saying. That'll be like saying that the Crips are breeding children that's standing up against the gangs. To say that the system would actually try to do anything that will make you challenge it or give you any kind of education that'll make you question it deeply or what its agenda is. Well, no, they want you to work and shop and die.
Well, what I'm saying is this, in my humble opinion, we're living in a time where I've never seen where kids and teenagers are able to become millionaires through social media.
Oh man, brother. Let me tell you how they become. No. Please. Let me do this, y'all. This is how a child can become a millionaire online overnight. Let me show y'all something real quick. Just let me do this to Madon real quick. Give me about what? A minute and 30 seconds, because this conversation's about to get real deep. Now, what's that doggone? Listen, this is how a kid can come. Because listen, these kids get online, bro. They bout that life. They on demon time. If your ass will get on this bitch deep as fuck with a bunch of them sticks on the video, rapping about how we slid on niggas and all that, Bro, them niggas gonna become millionaires before any of us, Madon. So what are you talking about? Because we live in a country that incentivizes the demon time mentality. It was a nigga.
Well, what I'm saying is,
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, you can interject, man.
No, what I was saying is the brother was talking about the school system, and what I was saying was that since you got internet intertwined with the schools these days, we're seeing white kids, all kids of all kind of races becoming millionaires, along with black kids through the internet these days. So I was saying we're living in a time where I've never seen kids become millionaires like they are today.
Watch this, but you ain't hearing me. I'm screen sharing. I'm up to show you something now. Now y'all up, whoever up north in this area. Now this dude, little dude here from Milwaukee, his name Kenneth Twyman. Yo, this, you talking about demon time? Man, this nigga is all on social media shooting at ops on it.
Hey, bro, you put
uploading.
George in the back.
Hold on a second.
My bad, bro.
Oh, no, he must have got on and got off. Let me let him on. Yo, anybody up saw this story, go look this shit up. Kenneth Twyman. Let me show you something about the system, bro. The system let this young dude out about 5 or 6 times. And this man was a menace every time, and they kept letting him out. You know what? I'm gonna do one on this story, because you know why? Where I'm from, that's what they do, bro. The niggas that's really shooting it up like that, the reason why won't nobody snitch, because they know them niggas getting back out. A nigga that just murked your cousin getting a bail, nigga, he can post bail. You ain't, listen, the gangs got the community shook, because they like somebody said earlier, everybody in the gang ain't a shooter. The folks know that, so guess what they do? They keep letting the shooters back out. This a prime example. Now check it out though. If your ass want a record deal, you damn near gotta be a shooter now, or got shooter. You can't. We live in a country that's incentivizing you being about that life. If you want to blow up the way Madonna said, quick as a young nigga. Because look, a young black man, young black woman, no matter what color you are at this age, you don't know enough to deserve millions of dollars. So what are you doing in a country that can have you a millionaire at 16 and 17? You self-destructing. And they will pay these youth to self-destruct. They will make them compete for that little bag of who want to do the dance with the devil. What's the incentive of a young nigga even choosing his lifestyle? What he holding up in his hand on the right? Money. Niggas ain't doing it because it's just fun. It become easy to harden your heart when you getting paid to be a hitman. How you think a nigga can join the military and be a sniper? How you think a dude that never killed before can drop a bomb? You pay a nigga enough, he can start hardening his heart and doing some demonic shit. It's called selling your soul. We missing this part. This is capitalism we live in. They ain't incentivizing these young niggas to be inventors. That's why I fuck with urban nerds. They incentivizing this kind of behavior. That's how I know, because if you look up this story, this dude got out so many times. Look, they said low bail was not the problem, right? But everybody's debating that low bail that he kept, posting bail and getting out. Go look at this story and look at, they'll show you his paperwork and stuff, and it'll show you, man, they kept letting this dude out after violent offenses, and everybody on the panel admit that I ain't lying. You know this is true, bro. You know niggas is right back out, so you better not say nothing. You better take it in your own hands with your folks or whatever. It's going to be a hood politics, like we said, because, nigga, the police, you can make bail, bro. Even if you murdered a nigga or shot at, guess what? Some of these cases, man, was violent pistol whoop and shit like that, where you shot at a nigga, but you didn't hit him, and you can get out. That's what I'm saying, like, it can be certain situations where a lot of violence, and that's what they were saying in this dude case. But I'm gonna fall back and let my
no doubt. Well, the kids I'm
let me
talking
just say
about, Sanchez, to be clearer, is because I never mentioned which kid I was talking about. The kids I'm talking about, we got young kids. They doing all kind of stuff on the internet, not violence, but I'm just saying they got all kind of different channels, whether they doing hair or playing video games or whatever they doing, they becoming thousandaires and millionaires through the internet and social media, whether they dancing or singing or doing TikTok. We got a lot of the young youth are making thousands of dollars by being creative through the social media and things like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, I just want to say real quick, we need to stop sending, like I said, start creating businesses for ourselves and for our youth, and stop sending them to them schools and getting that influence, and to them religious organizations. Because they don't care about our children at all. They want the children to do what they want to do. And history has already shown, this system wants the kids to go against the parents with the situation I don't want to say, because we already know that they censoring it. You know what I mean? So that's why I said we got to get our kids out of them schools and churches, because they are the ones that's influencing our kids and bringing the negativity out to our kids. And I'm going to land right there.
And we talk about the school to prison pipeline, but the hip hop to prison pipeline I'm going to talk about in a minute. Go ahead, George.
I'll say this. I used to be a guy that said that we got to get our kids out of school. I didn't know. I didn't just say it. I did it. And I did videos with my son talking about homeschooling your child. And I homeschooled my son for 4 years up until last year. I will say this. It sounds good, but in our communities where the education level on so many levels is low, and the tolerance level of really schooling your child, if you're not trained or prepared to teach your child, you cannot homeschool. Some of the parents, you don't know the work, and you don't have the discipline to actually teach your child without beating them. Like homeschooling is more to it. A lot of our kids are born with have undiagnosed intellectual disabilities, and I deal with that with urban nerds. Because in our community, we don't get the proper diagnosis for issues with our children. They do it with other communities. Our communities, we don't take. A lot of parents are ignorant to it because they've never been diagnosed with certain things. A lot of our kids are reading on 4th and 5th grade reading levels, and they're in the 9th grade, but that's because they have certain deficiencies, as far as learning. There's a lot that come with that. So I would say that most of the people that's watching right now, they're not equipped to homeschool and teach their children. So it sounds good, but we're going to have you want to have to have whole study groups and classes on teaching parents how to homeschool. I know what I'm talking about because I did it for 4 years with my own child, to the point where I couldn't do it no more. And the majority of folk can't do it. Some of us can, but majority of us on a large scale, most of us work too many hours, single moms. You cannot have your child homeschooling and they don't have the right provision over them. Or when your child don't know the work and there's nobody there to loom over them and teach it. I did this. I did tutorials on it. You go check my channels. Like, our community is not ready for that as a whole, because we're not together.
I agree with George on that. And let me just add this to what he was saying. Aside from the obvious special needs, the learning disabilities, et cetera, that plague us, we also have this poverty problem where the parents who work can't make the time. And, a lot of parents, for a lot of kids, going to school is the only time they actually get a meal. You know what I'm saying? So if nothing else, at least they get that benefit from it. You know what I mean? Which they wouldn't get at home. Then there's other kids in abusive situations where going to school is their only safe haven. Childhood suicides went up in 2020 when they shut down the schools. And that was because the kids didn't have that outlet anymore. So George does make a good point, although I strongly disagree with the way the school system is being operated, the way it's being ran, and is being used as a tool of indoctrination. But this is how they trap us in the system. They create these environments where we become dependent on that. And that's where we're at now. So first, we got to break that dependency. That means we got to start building more wealth in the community. We got to get our own education level up, because for a lot of us, our parents failed us. you know, and we had to learn what we learned on our own. You know, so imagine the guys like us with, you know, kids that are 7, 8, 9, 10 in elementary and middle school and whatnot, and they haven't learned what we've learned. So how can they teach their kids? So George makes a really, really good point there, and I think that was really worth reiterating.
Just real quick, just lastly, and I'll say for some parents that may want to, I gotta turn this mic down, but I don't know how to do it yet. But for some parents that may want to, please find some people that may do classes on tolerance and being able to patiently work with your child. I'm telling you now, a lot of times people come on and say homeschool. Listen to me. Being a teacher is a skilled profession. I learned that, man. I'm trying to tell you. Me and my son had plenty of fights there because I wasn't ready, Sanchez, to patiently deal with teaching my child. So, you know, we had a lot of ups and downs. You know what I mean? A lot of us as parents, that listen, being a teacher is a real skill set, and I learned that the hard way. So you have to know the work, and you have to have the patience. You know, when you're actually homeschooling and teaching your child, and a lot of us we don't have that yet. That's something that has to be taught. That's a skill set that has to be developed.
Now, there is one solution to that problem that I think we can almost immediately implement. And a lot of y'all probably not going to like this, but the churches, because the churches are, for a lot of communities, are the meeting place where there's some sense of community. Sundays is Sunday morning, that's church, that's religion, whatever. But I say Monday through Friday, put the religious books up and open up the churches and let parents who want to homeschool their kids bring their kids there and have people from the community who are trained professionals to help educate the kids, help walk the parents through the process, even educate the parents so they don't have to keep sending their kids there. And what that does is that eliminates the isolation aspect of homeschooling. That creates the social environment for the kids, just like school would. And on top of that, that allows the kids access to maybe not trained professionals, but people who possess the skill of teaching, who have the patience to teach.
I gotta speak on that.
Yeah, because I've been homeschooling.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Dress keep cutting in and out, man.
Sanchez, I'll turn this microphone down on this computer on this thing here.
You got your mic going directly into the modem or into like an interface or something?
I unplugged that my mic. I'm just using the computer mic, and I don't know how to turn the computer microphone down.
Oh, you gotta right click on the little speaker button and go into like the mixer settings. And you should see like like control panel into sounds, and you will find a microphone device, and then it should have a volume section.
I have no idea what the hell happened.
But you know what though,
Can
George?
y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, there you go. We can hear you now. Question everything.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I have no idea what the heck is going on.
You in and out a little bit, but you good now though.
Okay, yeah, like I was saying, I think that homeschooling should be a natural thing for parents anyway. We naturally supposed to teach our children. I think society has made that like a job or a hobby, and it feels hard, like it's hard work. Me and my wife, we've been homeschooling for well over.
Doing it again.
Yeah, well, that's why I say
17 years now, and it was my oldest daughter. She.
Hey, Dred, start where you said you and your wife been homeschooling for 17 years now.
Years, yeah, we've been homeschooling for well over 17 years, and to me, it was never hard work for us. It was very easy for us. You know what I'm saying? I think that parents naturally supposed to be able to that's a trait that we naturally supposed to have. The only time it becomes work is when you're doing something that you don't love doing. That's with any job. That's just like I love live streaming. I don't really look at I look at it as a job, but it don't feel like work to me. You feel what I'm saying? It don't feel like work. You know, I think taking these kids out of the school system is the best thing that any parent can possibly do, man. Our oldest daughter, she went straight to college at 16-year-old.
I 100% agree with you.
You
Dre.
feel me?
My bad.
She skipped.
Yes, sir.
No, you good, brother. She skipped all that. Dog, and you don't only teach them the books. They don't only learn like school smarts. They pick up, academics. They also pick up common sense, logical thinking, like things that actually matter in real life. They learn it's all wrapped up because you're the one giving them all the information that they need to survive in society, man. And only a parent can do that for their child. These people that teach your kids, they are not those children's parents. They're not responsible for your kids, believe it or not. By law, yes, they must make sure they're safe and things like that. But we're talking about the well-being when it comes to living life. They're not responsible for that, and they don't care.
I agree with you.
Well, you know,
drop the link, bro.
Let me hold on a second. I got it. Let me tell them something real quick. If you're in the back room or in the chat, I'm about to let everybody on now. Everybody give me a minute if you're on the panel. Let me just say this good build to everybody on the panel. I want to salute to all y'all brothers on the panel because all of you brothers are instrumental with working with the youth, whether we homeschooling or not, because I think real woke parents homeschool and don't even know it because you'll send your children to school and when they get home, you be telling them like, you know that shit bullshit, right? Columbus ain't discover America. So they getting like that red and blue pill. But see, whether you homeschooling or you sending your children to school and still lacing them up, you can get away with that. But if you just totally letting your kids rely on an education system and that's all they got to go with, that's where your kids gonna have a lot of problems. But yeah, let me just say, I got to move the bill forward, y'all, because I'm pressing for time. You got it.
Can I tap in real quick? I'm gonna be real quick, bro. You know, we got a history of what this education system has done to our people. And basically, you know, we need to remember that. It seemed like our problem is we got selective amnesia. You know, this education system haven't updated their information since the 60s when I was a baby. And like I said, we got a history of them not caring about the children. I'm going to land right there, my brother.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000%. My only contention is we gotta train our people. We gotta get people like you guys and the other brother that was speaking that was doing it for years. The parents have to get training, and because everybody's not like you guys, the individuals, the greater whole of our people they're not equipped to homeschool and teach children. That's a skill set, and you guys with the skill sets that's been doing it. You guys, we're gonna have to train our parents to do it because we do need to homeschool, but we can't just thrust all our children into homeschool. It'll be a failure. We have to train our people, and I know that from doing it for 4 years.
Well, I think the school is better, in my opinion, because the school helps build social skills. It introduces them to different technical skills and different mathematical skills. To me, we just need to attend more PTO meetings and things that we no longer do a lot of times. And I think we focus on that and implement those different things because the school is already built. So you already got the building. So I think the school is the best and you can build through it.
I will say this, right?
Of course you do.
I would say like a lot of the times the community say we need more parks, more recreational centers, more things for the youth to get involved with. But somebody was mentioning earlier how that's a failure of all these churches in the hood. Because if the pastor ain't up there on a Sunday giving them indoctrination, when the doors of the church close, that's when the cemetery doors is open all the time. See, when the church closing their doors, the cemetery ain't never taking a break off. That's what I'm saying. Like, they praying for the youth to wake up,
when the church should be the building that's open the most, and it should be full of more activities other than Jesus to occupy the youth. And you shouldn't even be talking about youth centers and all that with all these churches in the hood. But yeah, I'm just I'm gonna fall back.
And there was a time when it was like that. There was a time when communities had that. You know what I'm saying? And people were better people overall because there was more of a sense of community. I mean, think about it. Nowadays, you can live next door to somebody for 10 years and never speak to them. That's crazy to me. Because we lost that sense of community. And the only time people meet is when they're going to Sunday service to get indoctrinated.
Facts.
Then other than that, I'm at my job, you at your job, you come home, you don't want to hear nothing. I come home, I don't want to hear nothing. So we never speak. And then when shit go down, then we get to know each other. When the power goes out, then we get to know each other. When the hurricane comes and both our houses get destroyed, then we get to know each other.
Invisible barriers.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I think we don't take advantages of the school like we do, man, because when you look at the different curriculums, I mean, I went to school up down south and up north, and I saw the difference in the school. In the school up north, you had swimming pool, robot class, all kind of classes, wood class, all kind of shit where you build shit and all that. But in the south, you didn't really have that. So I think we just need to implement different things in these schools and let our kids build social skills. They can become millionaires through sports, and we can guide them in the right way and build up the community a quicker way.
See, that's where I disagree with you, brother. You know, you're allowing the system to basically educate our kids. Like I said, we need to be creating our own businesses and inherit that.
Said, you can do both
and give that, because that's what I'm doing, my brother.
You can do both.
I'm running a business so my daughter have an income and generational wealth.
Because look, it's some shit that college and the school can teach your children that the parent probably will have a difficult time. Because you got to think about it. A kid going to school getting like algebra, trig, all of these different dialect, they getting trades, they getting all this, right? You're just two parents. Now in this school, they got 100 teachers. Each one can focus on one thing. So that kid is getting a quality, even if you say it's indoctrination, they getting a quality fucking indoctrination. Now guess what I found out? A quality indoctrination can still make you a millionaire in the world. Look at Neil deGrasse Tyson. Look at Creflo Dollar. You see what I'm saying? So we got to really replace that shit with something that can still allow them to compete, but still know that they're the truth, though. So now you got to do more than what the school doing now, because the school just gonna teach them to lie. Now you got to teach them the lie and the truth, and you got to give them a quality lie. You can't just teach the lie. You got to make sure you teach that lie quality, caviar lie, and good truth. 5-star lie, 5-star truth. They got to know them both. Because I had a good indoctrination, I can debunk that shit so good. And I can teach globalists about their own shit because I paid attention in class, and they trying to debate me about flat earth. So I can take the indoctrination I learned and use it to my advantage all the time. But I'm showing you how you're gonna have to still doing both. But I'm gonna let everyone speak on that, and then I'm gonna go to the next topic, which is culture vulture. And y'all, salutes to the callers.
Yeah, it's best to do both because you're giving them the best of both worlds. They getting these different classes and skills under their belt, and at the same time, you give them that at home when they get home, and you implement different things you want them to know about different subject, topic, history, whatever the case may be. And I think it's best for us to give them both of the best of both worlds, and that way they can decide on who they and what they want to be.
Yeah, and I just, us business isn't pushed enough in our community. They're teaching our kids how to be good employees instead of, us teaching them how to be employers. you know, and basically how to run a business and handle accounting and do different aspects. We got to stop teaching our kids how to be servants and also workers.
Well,
we got to step up to the plate.
Hey, OG,
that's all I'm saying.
That's gonna boil
Yes,
over
sir.
into this next conversation about culture vultures, right? Now, here's my take. I'm about to show you what we're about to get into now. So the next topic, you know, Hassan, Campbell, and 1090 Jake, you know, they kind of got tension in between them. Hassan feels like these guys are culture vultures, you know. Vlad TV, No Jumper, you know, 1090 Jake saying he's a white blood and infiltrating the community, like these guys making millions from your culture, but a lot of us not even doing it. And I think there's a legitimate argument what Hassan Campbell making. I ain't gonna say that culture vultures don't exist. I'm not that kind of coon. I'm a coon, but not that kind. Now check this out, right? So I think I'm the kind of coon that'll say culture vultures exist because your culture is dead and that you can't prey on a living culture. Show me the one black man that's a culture vulture to the white man's culture. People can be mad at Tiger Woods for playing golf and mad at the Williams sister for playing tennis, but they ain't no culture vultures because they still ain't making more than the people who run that shit. Now, we run hip-hop and it's founded on a black man, like y'all say then, right? Then when we admit that it's culture vultures, it's because think about this. If your culture go to a state where all of you black folks are talking about white brands, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, you got everything about your culture is really European. In fact, it was given to you by Europeans, funded by Europeans, sponsored by Europeans. Man, listen, made public, televised, all that by Europeans. The European gave you niggas contracts. He invented the record deal. He invented the industry. Just because you can rap don't mean you know how to industrialize. So my thing is the white man don't feel like a culture vulture. He feel like he partaking in some shit he created, no different than the NBA or NFL. Black people dominate the NFL, but we didn't industrialize the sport. So we don't say that a white man is a culture vulture because he scored and spiked the football. But we say that a white boy is a culture vulture because he's making money in the black gangster department. And my thing is, it's sad because that's the only time we talk about culture vulture is when a white boy trying to out gangbang your ass and out drug dealer your ass. You don't say it's culture vulture when a white man trying to outthink you, out science you, out chess player you. You get pissed off when he try to out gangbang you, when he try to out crip walk you. My bad, y'all. Let me hit the last
No,
button. My
I don't
bad.
think it's culture vulture, man. I think what they did is they had a wise idea and they put money behind their idea and it popped off. A lot of times we play cheap. Like me, if I wanted to do what Vlad did, I would come up with enough money where I would pay different rappers to come on my platform. And when I pay them rappers, I'm gonna come up. I think I think Vlad was just wise, and I don't think he's a culture vulture. I think he just seized the moment, and niggas was just being cheap.
I'm just saying, the only time I hear niggas yell that culture vulture shit is with hip hop, rap artists, gang interviews, Vlad TV. Like, and y'all might be right, but that's the only kind of culture vulture y'all mad at. And so my thing be, a nigga don't like, that's just like with Eminem, right? Niggas was hating on Eminem like that.
By default, by doing that by default stakes claim to all the negative aspects of the culture as being the culture, when that's not the entirety of the culture. That is an aspect of the culture, which is more based around negativity and death, so to speak. So yeah, you make a good point when you say people only get outraged and scream culture vulture when it comes to that. But when it comes to the thinkers, the nerds, the business people, the squares, so to speak, nobody ever says culture vulture because we don't accept that as our culture.
Hey, that's deep
And
because that backed me up that in order for your shit to have vultures, it gotta be dead. So I ain't saying Hassan ain't wrong. He right. The culture got vultures, but they only preying on the dead part.
And I'm with you, bro. You know, we allow these Europeans to teach us, and that's why we don't have our own culture. We allow these people to tell us who we are and reclassify us. That's why we can't have our own culture, because we don't know who you are. If you don't know who you are, how you gonna have a culture? And I'm gonna land right there.
It's like this. Say you saw an abandoned SUV, right? Not an SUV, but a Winnebago or whatever. One of them big ass things. It's abandoned. The people gone and they left it there. If you pillage it, you a vulture. You done took their things. If they don't know what to do with it, then you supposed to get culture vulture. If you don't know what to do and I do it, I'm not a culture vulture. I'm just it's an opportunity for me to prosper off your stupidity. That's what it is. And that's just how it works. When you go into a job interview and you start talking proper and everything to get that job, that's a form of culture vulturing. You know you don't talk like that in real life, but you saw an opportunity. So now,
bro, one thing I want to say is like,
man, bro
Sanchez be like, man, like you only can culture vulture when it's like a dead culture. I'm gonna just say I disagree with that because in nature you might see like a hippo or some type of big ass animal, and they got little birds on them, little ants on them, trying to feed off the life. So don't get me wrong, Sir Drop. It might be a lot of ignorance, but it's the life that they want. It's the culture they want. So you feel what I'm saying?
And I'm
looking at what bro
right, but I'm saying if I'm driving my car, right, you can't take it. If I abandon it, then you can take it or you can steal it. But we not driving the car, so I don't think Eminem is a culture vulture. I think he an opportunist. I don't think Tiger Woods a culture vulture. I think he an opportunist. I think if I can set up a Chinese restaurant in a neighborhood and hire a couple Chinese people, I ain't culture vulturing them. It's an opportunity. Why would
Let me ask you this though.
Hold on, listen, bro. Quit doing that, bro. Listen. Hold on. I'm gonna give it right to you, bro. I'm gonna give it right to you, bro. Right, I'm giving it right to you. Why would I hire 2 black people to run my Chinese joint? Cool, I'm not culture vulturing if I hire 2 Chinese people, call my thing Yang Mang Chicken, and then I'm getting money off of the identity, but it's an opportunity. It's not culture vulturing to me. Culture vulturing is when.
Let me ask you a question, Brody. Just real quick though.
Let me ask all y'all a question.
Do y'all consider what's her name? What's his name? Tyler Perry. Is he a culture vulture to women? Like,
no.
He just hire?
Look, being a woman ain't a culture. That's a gender. Let me give you one real quick, right? Check this out. Yeah. So, like K-pop, Korean pop, right? In Korea, they never had pop music, but what you had a lot of Korean Americans go back home and bring pop music to Korea and incorporate it with their sort of culture. So that gave birth to Korean pop, K-pop. And Korean pop is more lucrative than American pop, man. So the thing about it is we can say that the Korean Americans are fucking culture vultures, but we can't do that because they're dual citizens. They going over back to their motherland showing what they learned from the other land. So if a white boy grew up in the hood, and they said, white boy, go on, kick the freestyle. And he'd be like, nah, man. And they'd be like, man, you in the hood now, nigga, bust that shit. And he good at freestyling. And he just go to showing all the other white boys that, hey, maybe you can do this. Now we like, oh, they culture vultures now. Guess what? Should have never told Billy to bust a flow.
But, bro, I agree with you, though. The so-called white person that grew up in the hood, that came up with the culture, you can't really call him a culture vulture. I know so-called white people from Boston that's really about that, whatever you want to call that street shit. But I'm talking about people that's really never really been about that. It could be black culture vultures. It can be white culture vultures. And I believe that men can culture vulture women culture.
If I pay rappers to come on my show, whether I'm white, black, Mexican, it don't matter. I'm not a culture vulture, man.
That's true.
I'm using my money to pay niggas to interview and tell me their story. So, hey, I don't see it as a culture vulture.
Now let me show you
the wise idea.
Here go the argument. What they're saying is that the white boy platforms tend to take off further than the black guys because America gonna get behind, you know, the white man and make it to where your Hassan, Campbell's, and etc. don't expand. How true is that? Y'all gonna talk about that?
Here, I'm on the panel.
Yeah, I think a lot of niggas just don't pay different rappers to come on their platform like Vlad and them do. I think if niggas spent more money and paid niggas to come on their platform, I think we'll just wipe Vlad right out the window.
Go ahead, Delaney.
Let me say this real quick. I'm gonna jump out. I'm about to get off.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I just say, I believe there's culture vultures, but that's because we don't support each other, man. You know, I don't rock with Jack Sparrow and the Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, you dealing with people that actually stole your ass, stole you. So yeah, I don't rock with none of that. But I believe that they're able to do the stuff that they do because we support them over ourselves. Like we'll give them support before we actually support each other.
Facts, bro. Facts, bro.
So that's why I say, listen, the Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow and them came in on the ship, and they actually stole our asses and shit. So we know who the culture vultures is. And to this day, we still support them over each other. We'll tear each other down, but we'll support them, let them grow. So that's just my stance on it. I ain't gonna debate it.
Hey,
like,
bro, you right. Throughout history, it's always been when they see whoever you are fighting against ourselves. That's just easy picking. Once we fighting against ourselves, we can take some of this, some of that, and use it against both of y'all motherfuckers. You hear me?
It's Pirates of the Caribbean, baby. Listen, I'm being funny when I see Jack Sparrow, but listen, when the pirates come, you know, they take all the booty and loot and take every goddamn thing. And to this day, like I said, listen, the dude see an opportunity and he go and do it. But like I said, when I was on the other channel, Sanchez, they don't, you know, the Vlads and them, they're not gonna go do interviews with the Odessa Mafia and talk about their people like that. But we allow other groups to come in and talk about our dysfunction and make millions of dollars off of it. But we won't. But if Sanchez had a channel like Vlad, half the people in here now wouldn't even support Sanchez. That's how dysfunctional we are. We're supposed to make money off each other. I mean, if you go open up a barbershop in Chinatown, they're not letting you do that shit. So nah, man. Like I'm who I am, man. I'm for my people first. I mean, you know, whether you watch me or not, go watch somebody else black, man. Like I said, let's see Vlad bring some of them Ukrainian gangsters up there and let them tell the story. He'll never do that.
I have a question. I got a question.
Damn, yo. See, and that's why I got to say, you know, the culture vulture shit is real. I can't argue with none of that, bro. Because the culture vulture argument is, well, you only capitalizing off the negative part of my culture. You'll never interview a genius. Like, why Vlad ain't interview the dude that created the machine for the water in Flint, Michigan?
Oh, no. But look, Sanchez, why he won't interview, he's a Jew, why he won't interview them Jews, the Odessa Mafia dudes out of Brooklyn, the Albanian dudes, why he won't interview them?
See. I think because he got a real deep connection with hip hop.
Man, why are we acting like we don't know that? Why are we acting like we don't know the answer to that? Like I don't understand why we acting like we don't know the answer to that.
We know the answer. I know the answer, bro. I know where you're going. But that's what makes them a vulture, because they capitalize. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go. That's our fault though. Because like I said, if Sanchez with 800-some people in this room had a Vlad channel, half these people here wouldn't even support Sanchez. That's how messed up it is. Once Sanchez start getting too big, oh hell, I ain't supporting that nigga. He'll have people tearing them down. We tear each other down. As soon as Mr. Charlie show up, we start chopping in our shirt, pulling up our pants, letting them be a part of our groups. all that kind of stuff. He ain't like.
I disagree.
I got a question though.
I disagree. I disagree. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. I only disagree because this is where we're at right now. It's a lot of people in the chat. The man said over 800 people. This is where I disagree. So everybody is influenced by hip hop. Everybody's influenced by rap and our culture. So if y'all know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, get them a Sanchez beat, blow Sanchez up even more, because all this culture vulture talk, I'm not like, nah,
Hey, Brody, can I ask you a question?
The culture's
though,
beyond that. The culture's beyond that. Go ahead.
Hey, Brody, let me ask you a question though. About culture vulture. Is it culture vulturing if a black woman is seeking the hair of another woman? Like it's no race. And you don't see no Chinese woman trying to get black woman's hair. So
Black
is it
woman
culture
features, yes, you
vulturing
do,
if
though.
a black woman wants to go get the hair of another woman? Is she culture vulturing the other women?
Can I answer that question in my reality? Can I answer that question in my reality?
Do your thing, God.
Okay, so 2 minutes, fellas. Salute to the channel. I got on late. By the time I got on, I thought it was going to be about Charleston White. Anyway, so my mother is 60 years old. She's done hair for over 30 years. White, black, Puerto Rican, Haitian, you name it. All of my girlfriends, even to my baby mother, only natural hair. Now, to answer your question, are there women out there that go for the European? Yeah, but guess what? I'm a real nigga and I do real things, and my shit don't itch unless it's natural. And I digress, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, no, he was asking you the ones that do it.
I feel you though, Brody, but I ain't really get you though.
Hold on a second.
Third drop, I'm a real nigga.
Y'all, hold on a second, man. So before we get off topic, man, just remember what we on right now, man. It's for culture vulture. Go ahead.
Exactly. Now let me ask you the question
Hey,
again.
Drop, give me 1 second, Drop. I'm about to jump off. My bad, Drop. I didn't mean to cut you in. I'm about to jump off, so I just want to say salute to the panel.
Hey, salute, citizen, man. Hey,
bro, since I emailed you, so there's 3 emails in there that I need you to take a look at and get back to me and let me know what the deal is.
No problem, for sure.
And let me know what time too. I'm on the East Coast, so my time is
3 hours. We got a 3-hour difference. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get with you ASAP. I'm about to get ready to close down in a minute myself, so I can prepare for everything, because I got some shit to handle myself. So yeah, salutes to y'all. But yeah, go ahead, guys. And make sure y'all sub the citizen, man.
Y'all know it's on me, man. Yeah, it's on me. All right, cool. Now the question he's asking you is not if it's their hair natural or not. The ones that go by the other people's hair, are they considered culture vultures? That's what he asking you. He's not saying that your lineage and everybody got natural hair. What he asking is the ones that don't. So the ones that go get the weave, is they culture vulture.
That ain't culture. See, here's what's happening. Wait, bro. Hold on. What's happening? We're confusing culture vulturing with racial appropriation. 2 different things.
Bro, you serious, man? You think they 2 different things? For real?
Let me explain something to you. Let me explain. Hold on. Let me hold up. Relax. Let me explain how they 2 different things. Cultural appropriation is which culture's styles is appropriate for that group. So if a white woman is doing cultural things that are, we think, more appropriate for a black woman, they say that's cultural appropriation. Appropriation. Now, what Vlad TV and No Jump are doing, that's called culture vulturing. That mean that no matter what culture is, it ain't even gotta be black folks in hip hop. It can be karate. If they was fucking green belts,
sitting in that bitch making they whole shit centered around karate, Asian folks can say they culture vulturing. This is deeper than just
Adam don't culture vulture no culture but black culture. He don't be having no indigenous people on there. No,
I got what you're saying, but that's still not cultural appropriation. He's not dressing like a black dude. He's dressing just like a white boy with a rock and roll shirt on, white boy hairstyle, white boy style.
But if he had an afro on there, if he had some dreads,
right? If that nigga had right, then we can say not only is he culture vulturing, but he also cultural appropriating. We can say it both now.
Okay, so why is it not culture vulturing when a black woman goes out her way to spend money, thousands or hundreds of dollars on another race woman's style of hair? Why is that not culture?
That's cultural appropriation. She's appropriating another woman's culture into hers. That hairstyle is appropriate for so for example, Irish women wear their hair a certain way because it's a certain texture. And if we see a black woman doing that, we'll say, well, that's not appropriate for you. You're not Irish. So we'll call cultural appropriation. See what I'm saying? But we ain't using the word appropriate when we say culture vulturing. That means you're just capitalizing off of the negative shit in my culture and not the positive. So
I hear you, but I do want to say, hey, all
black women are going in debt buying weave, you know, so it's not vulturing nothing. It's a lose situation when it comes for black women buying weave. They're not benefiting at all.
They buy weave for the white man to show out for the white man. So if you're a black man and you got a black woman in your household, check your woman and get in tune with yourself. Because like I said, I'm 39. All my black females that I ever dated on one hand, sexually on one hand, all been natural.
Now, what is she saying about your polo shirt? What is she?
Polo? Man, get out of here. I digress.
Hey, but yeah, go ahead.
Bro,
y'all go ahead.
Nah.
Let me myself grab it, though.
Yeah, let me just say something real quick, right? We've been talking about Charleston White CW. We've been talking about cultural appropriation and culture vulturing. Culture vulturing is the Ebonics term for the cultural appropriation. That's all that is. Ain't no real difference.
Nah, it ain't no Ebonics term for no. You don't know what you don't know what you talking about, bro. You know how long I've been around these YouTube streets. These are two different things, bro, and it's all in the words. A person is not a vulture to my culture because they wore some fucking braids. They're just appropriating my culture. It's not appropriate to them. But if they want to actually become a vulture to my culture, let them start sucking the blood out. They ain't sucking no blood out my culture wearing braids. Now, what Vlad and them doing for promoting violence and promoting and putting all this gangbanging shit on a pedestal, like him interviewing this dude just because he's a white blood, then yeah, you're glorifying the negative shit about a people culture and you monetizing it. That once you start eating off death or biting onto a corpse, you become a vulture. A white woman, listen to me though. Listen to me. Let me finish or I'm gonna have to boot you.
Go ahead.
I don't care about you agreeing or disagreeing. Don't cut off till I'm finished. So what I'm saying is this.
It's all good, bro. I ain't mean cut you off.
Yeah, because it takes away from the flow, man. Right?
Bro.
Look, check this out, right? What I'm saying is this. A white woman wearing braids, she ain't. How is that sucking the blood out? If every white woman wore braids, how the fuck does that hurt your pockets? How does that promote gang violence and all the death? See, vultures eat off a dead body. And when you think about what a lot of these no jumpers and Vlad's doing, they want to know how many bodies your son got. They're promoting that on the low. They want to know, so yeah, well, you shot the thing up with such and such, and yeah, so you're white blood, huh? So they making it like, hey, if you want to make it to Hollywood, you need a body. You need to join a set. They ain't promoting no sign. That's called culture vulture because the vulture eat off corpse with some shit with maggots on it. Gang banging, violence, drug. That's what you're gonna eat off of? Yeah, you're a vulture. You eating corpse, dead bodies is what you're eating. Op packs is what you eating. That's different than a white boy who decided to sag his pants.
Oh, right.
I'm trying to see how that's different, though.
No, yeah, I know.
No debate.
Now, look, yeah, I know. Ain't no debate. There ain't no difference.
There's no difference, though.
He explained that ain't no difference. First, let me myself speak real quick. Hey, stop! Everybody, stop yelling real quick. Cause like, look, like I said, culture vulture is just the new term of cultural appropriation.
You're saying it, but you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. Now look, I told you once before, and I already looked up these terms already. I got 2 phones, like Kevin Gates said.
That's your
I'm already
problem.
there. I know. Now look,
in this case,
yeah,
that's your problem.
I'm the Googler. Yep, that's right. I'm the one who likes to know what he's talking about.
I argue these shits though. I've been arguing these shits for years, bro.
Yeah, I know. And I'm 38. So guess how many years I've been talking about it. Now listen, here's what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, I know. Here's what I'm talking about though, bro. Ain't no argument. It's just a build. But everybody don't have to build the same temple or cell complex, same neighborhood. But what we building right here is some common sense, right? So what I'm saying is when we bring up the argument about they don't do this for us, no, they literally do. They boost their lips and they inject just like we want. Well, we don't, but certain people want to straighten theirs based off of how.
You're not a vulture for doing that. So, you're just appropriating someone else's culture.
That's right. That's right. That's the difference. Now the vulture comes in after the fact, right? That's what a vulture does. He comes in after the kill. And so what a vulture does is feeds off of the leftovers. And that's where the trash
what I
is.
just said, bro.
Yeah, I know. So
hold on, though, bro.
There never wasn't a disagreement.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, there never was a real disagreement. It's just that they're still looking at our culture as the culture to build off of, feed off of, or come in after
us.
Vulture. To mimic.
But I would say, hey, Brody, I would say I got smoke though. I would say I got smoke though because you gotta think about it. If you talking about a white culture that's going around the world killing everybody, we talking about a white culture going around the world killing everybody.
And I wasn't talking about that. Just be clear, I'm not talking about that. He talking about something different.
Give me a quick little minute. We talking about a white culture going around the world killing everybody. And so then we got people from all different races that they buying skin bleaching cream. They try to make their hair straight to mimic a culture that represents death. Now let's get some smoke now. Come on now.
Now listen, man.
Like that's why I wanted to make sure that y'all didn't think I was agreeing with that.
Look, check this out. This whole culture appropriation, whole culture vulture shit, it wouldn't even be nothing to talk about if our culture was embodied with peace and love, because like
to themselves.
Like going back to what Sanchez was talking about, we only talk about culture vulture when you talk about the worst parts of our community. You talk about people being a vulture to the
but Brody, I just gave you the worst part of the white community.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on, y'all. I got it. I got everybody. We gotta let Keith finish. But only thing I was saying, yeah, you can unmute Keith. What I was telling Keith was, when you talk about it only being the worst parts, it's impossible for a vulture to eat a living thing. The vulture is the vulture because it ain't gonna eat you till you're dead. So when you say it's only the negative shit, yeah, that's the point of it being culture vulture. But braids ain't death, or dude that's wearing Jordans on his feet, or fucking pulling up one pants leg on his jogging suit. They'll see a white boy doing that. They'll say he's a culture vulture. That's not what he is. He's a cultural appropriator. It's important to get these terms right to me. But I'm my bad for being too passionate, y'all. Salutes to y'all.
You're good, Sanchez. Let Sir Drop get it. No, let Sir Drop get it, and then I'm gonna go after Sir Drop.
finish
Oh,
talking.
yeah, it's in one
Let
line.
Trump get it, and I'm gonna go after.
Hey, so now, just to finish real quick,
Man,
bro.
no, I ain't know just nothing, bro. You
God
gonna have to
damn.
hush, bro. I'm tired of being modest. Now listen. Now, coach, because I'm not giving the right answer.
Bro,
Like if
this
a
is my first
motherfucker
time
get braids
being on the
and act
panel.
black,
Nigga, I was
that's
in the
not
waiting
culture
room for
vulture.
50 minutes,
It's when
my
you
nigga.
get braids and act black and start getting paid for
That's
that.
crazy.
That's the vulture part. When they start getting the money you supposed to be getting, and your dumb ass ain't getting it. That's what vulturism is. This is what Vlad does. Vlad interviews the black people, interview them, every black
Drop,
person,
you
actor,
cut
rapper,
Keith
whatever.
off, but let me
And then
explain something to you real quick.
Man, let him have it,
bro. But drop. But here's the thing, though. I'm finna give it to him. But the thing is, he's saying somebody getting the money you supposed to be getting. It's like, bro, it's big black podcasts that's getting the money. Vlad and them doing this hip hop shit too. Now the thing is this right here. You never want to get into somebody getting the money you supposed to be getting, because that ain't what culture vulturing is. That's like you count pockets hating on a nigga. The culture vulturing thing is this man wants your children to promote violence, fuckery, and gangbanging, something that's going to end up getting them killed, but it's making him money, though.
Hey, bro, Sanchez, can I ask you a question, though? Hey, bro, let me ask you a question. What other culture besides the
that's
black
what culture vulture is. At least that's what it is on black YouTube, where I'm at, in the space I'm in.
But let me ask you a question, though. What other culture besides black culture gets culture vulture on? Give me another culture that people culture vulture on besides black people.
I came up in the Wu-Tang era, and we culture vulture Wu-Tang in the early 90s.
Jewish people, bro.
Niggas culture vulture.
Jewish people? How Jewish people? What people be?
So
perfect example.
Listen, guys, listen. When you talk about another culture in America that another people vulturing off of, the whole thing about being a culture vulture is just being a culture capitalist. White people ain't gonna stop practicing capitalism because it's black folks or Asian folks or whatever folks. They capitalism don't stop because of you. If they can make a dollar off that shit, no one care about the color. It's about green to them, bro.
I was confused by the brother.
But at the same time, though,
I was confused by the brother that brought up colored hair. He brought up colored hair. He brought up black women wearing colored hair, talking about culture vulture. That don't make no sense. How you gonna bring up a sister wearing colorful weave and buying weave as culture vulture? Nah, don't you understand that she's the victim of society?
That perpetuates
the masses.
You just like got smoke for me, bro.
Guess what? This is like saying, guess what? If it's a white pimp on Figaro with a bunch of black hoes on his stable, niggas can say he a culture vulture. Why he ain't got white hoes?
Hold up, though. Can I address the brother, though? Can I address the brother? Hold up, though.
But guess what? So look, what we saying is it's okay for black folks to be vultures to their culture and capitalize off of op packs and shit, but the white man can't do it. See, hold
up, though.
Yeah.
Hold up, though.
He's
What I'm
saying
saying, my brother said
he's saying the black woman can't be a culture vulture because she wear color weave.
Hold up, brother. But listen, what I'm trying to tell you. Dumb women. Did you see the Chris Rock movie, man? Did you see the Chris Rock movie, man? They taking hair from these poor.
Chris Rock a pet.
Go ahead.
Chris Rock a pet. PET.
That's Hollywood. What are we talking
Hold
about?
up, though.
That's Hollywood.
Nah, forget Chris Rock. I'm saying, but there's a place. There are places in this world where melanated women are cutting their hair, thinking it's for some other stuff. Whole time they shipping it over here. So you not culture vulturing those poor women over there? Talk to me nice, man. So you not culture vulturing? Don't poor women over there.
Niggas ain't standing on their square.
Talk to me nice,
providing. Niggas ain't, listen, I don't give a fuck what I'm talking about in America. My sisters in America, niggas ain't standing on their square protecting and providing their women, and they doing everything for the Vine, they doing everything for the Insta, they doing everything for the white man dollar, bro, because niggas ain't really standing up for real. Even niggas
that's what I'm saying, Brody.
When
we Brody, go ahead, my bad, go ahead.
Hey, stop playing. Stop going back and forth with this play shit. A little bit, not really. And yeah, black woman, whatever color hair, white woman, whatever color filler, to be like black woman. So whatever. Like I said before, it's a back and forth. But the real argument is who created the original culture that everybody's copying or vulturing off of. Because yeah, we know what the animal vulture is. There we go. So nobody did that. Nobody created the original culture.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you like this, right? If you want to say,
that's a good point, bro.
I'm gonna ask you a question. If somebody say, what was the first woman in the world to put her hair in a ponytail? Nigga, everybody'll be lying to act like that they know. Cause guess what you will find out?
Madam C.J. Walker.
You will find out that women all over the world look for the path of least resistance was just to handle all that hair growing. And the easiest thing to do is any animal would even do that is ball a shit up in a knot. Easy. Like some things we call.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Listen what I'm saying real quick. I know because I'm on the West Coast and I see black women, white women, Asian women, Japanese women, UK women, all up, man. Vegas is a fucking melting pot. And I'm gonna tell you, I see all on wearing the same fucking hairstyles, man. I've been all over the world. I lived in South Korea for a year. And I saw the pony. Let me explain something to you, bro. If you think Steven Seagal is copying off a black woman putting his hair in a ponytail, you crazy.
Hell nah.
Bro, I'm telling you, that's just an easy way to get your hair out of your face. Even the men do that.
Brody, but what I'm saying is, though, there's a reason why black women are taught that their hair ain't nobody in the world trying to culture vulture on black woman head. When black woman head is gorgeous and beautiful, it's creative, you can do many things. But ain't nobody culture vulture on that though. You hear me?
That's false.
Hey, let me ask the question. Is it cultural?
That's a stupid ass statement. Anybody who's done a simple Google search will know that that's a dumbass fucking statement.
Bro, is it cultural appropriation?
First of all, let's not pretend like black woman ain't the most copied woman on planets. Plain women.
Let me explain something to you. Period. Hold on. I'm gonna explain something to you. What I realized though about this, I realized, like somebody said earlier, black women, when other women wear weave, black women think they cultural appropriating because everybody know black women wear weave. Now, when you say black women are most copied, I don't know how you can maintain an argument that they wear weave the most, which are other women's hairstyles, but also they the most copied. When for you to get you a fucking hold on, for you to get you a limited pack of the Malaysian hair, yo, that weave get up to like $100 a strip. Black women be spending damn near $1,000 for their hair sometime, bro, for one sitting. And because they got the expensive weave. And guess what? And then guess what? Hold on, bro. Why I gotta be cut off though? I'm keeping it real. Why can't I just finish saying what I'm saying and you finish up when I'm done though? You know what I'm saying? So what I was saying was in other nations, they teach their women, right? And you can go watch documentaries, all in Asia and Cambodian shit. They teach the women that they're sacrificing their hair to the gods, and they sweep that shit up and sell it in the weave stores in America, nigga, on God. Go look at these documentaries. Drop a 1 if you know what I'm saying. Now, look, I don't see other race of women looking for black women hair. And then even the women in Jamaica dyeing their skin white and shit. Now, what I'm saying is this. For us to maintain an argument that white supremacy is real, and that white folks pushing a white standard of beauty, that's why people skin dyeing and black women wearing weave. We can't also say, well, they copying off us more than we copying off them and be victims of white supremacy, which got us skin bleaching and wearing weaves. It's hypocritical, and I don't want my people looking like hypocrites. That's all. That's why I'm pointing it out.
Big facts, man. We culture vulture. We steal shit. They steal shit. They take shit. They take some of that. We take some of this. They take some of that. We take some of that. You hear me? Like, but at the same time, white man just got the big guns right now.
That culture appropriation shit get deep though, man, because you want to talk about hair and weave and shit. Wouldn't them early white settlers, the first ones wearing wigs and shit?
Oh, wow. And look who wearing wigs now the most, black women. So look, I'm not against I'm from a black woman. I love black women. I love all women. My thing is, me coming from a black woman, guess what I know? I know how black women are, and I'm not gonna lie for black women just because I come from one. Black women wear wigs and they fucking wear weaves more than other women, bro. That's just a fucking fact, because in every ghetto you got these beauty salon stores where the goddamn gang members go to buy their little $2 bandanas, and you can get your little pick with the fist balled up on it, and you can get all that. And yeah, in that same little store, right? Is man, that shit is
Hey, bro.
always
So
jumping,
the
bro.
tied in,
So
we
you
can't
don't
really
see
be
that
crying
shit,
about that shit. When the white people get on Adam 22 and all this,
bro.
and this white
Let
dude
me
grew up in
say,
Boston, man.
let me finish
That's
one
his life,
point,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta think about something. In the hood is where you got the most beauty supply stores, cause that's where they told the most people that they ugly at. And in these other places, ain't no such thing as a beauty supply store, because they beauty already embedded in them. You feel like you got to go put your beauty on so somebody going to supply you with that beauty. A beauty supply store for people who look in the mirror and think they ugly. Oh, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to hurt you because it's going to make you better.
And Sanchez, and what I said previously, it wasn't to disrespect you or whatever the point that you was making is true. But I want to let everybody know that yes, black women got the knowledge of the weave last. That's why they going so crazy with it, because they never really needed it. They never, and then it showed up in the hood, and then China introduced whatever culture, the Indian culture introduced. Just like Sanchez just said, they was telling them they black asses was ugly. They was ugly, and they choose the white baby doll over the black baby doll. So I don't demonize my women, my black sisters. That's fucking doing the crazy shit with the colorful shit. Y'all just need to understand history. Yes, there's some natural, nappy-headed, natural, beautiful women, and they got the cultural appropriation last, and they're just making it even more. They're putting the Negro flair to it to make it more phenomenal.
Brody, I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Here's the problem. The problem is culture vulturing is way more of a bigger threat than cultural appropriation. Cultural appropriation ain't nothing we should even be concerned about, because guess what we say all the time? Man, the black man set the trend. If you want to keep making that argument, you got to let folks copy off you, dummy.
All right, cool. Let me say this.
That dummy ain't the none of y'all. That's just me, being passionate in general. For sure, showing you the hypocrisy.
All right, let me ask you this. All right, would this be a form of culture vulturing? You got a Jewish record label, and it's putting out drill music, and that Jewish record label is getting all the money from it. Would that be considered culture vulturing? You
yes,
got
sir.
and you got profit. That's what it's all about. If it ain't profit and death, then ain't no vulture in it.
And culture vulturing ain't got a color on it, is what I'm saying. Because none of these white boys can make money without the black man. These are white boys that go into business with the most reputable and violent, vicious people in our black communities. They don't do it with the rooty poots. They know in order for them to have some kind of voice and make millions in our culture, you got to have the real Crips up there. The real OGs got to give you a pass. They know what they doing.
And to Sir Drop's point, those corporations have life insurance policies on their employees, aka so-called artists.
Like, it's a reason that they're interviewing the top OGs, the top shooters and all that, because they want control over our communities, right? And who control the hoods, the gangs and all that, bro. So that's who making all the money, got the people in check and all that. And that's who they want to interview. They want entryway into the streets of America. Guess how I'm gonna tell you it is. You go to this and some of these folks and you live in a certain hood, you might get knocked off because that OG might be cool with Vlad TV, nigga. He might be getting money with Vlad while you talking. You might be able to be careful.
But Sanchez,
Yeah, no doubt. You know, Vlad.
But
You know,
for real,
Vlad lacing
Sanchez.
their pockets, man. And like you said, they want the voice of the streets because that's where
It's not
people
even
feel
about
like the
Vlad.
real at.
It's not even about Vlad lacing the pockets. To Sanchez's point, this is the disgust that we really have to understand. Drill music is the theme right now, and rappers dying is the plight in the newspapers. Empire Records, etc. They have life insurance policies on these rappers. Now, here's the caveat to the point that I'm trying to make. Niggas just really figured out like, oh, we missed a bunch of generational money and generational wealth because none of our grandparents and parents have life insurance policies. Do I make myself clear? Was that not able to be understood? And I digress.
You know, I just want to let everybody know that whenever we say like Jewish people or Hebrew people, remember that it was all people that look like us, different beliefs and different cultures. And that's where we get these terms from. So let's not ever forget that the traditions and the so-called evil shit, what we call devilish shit, was propagated on ourselves by ourselves. So, but it wasn't really ourselves, et cetera, et cetera. But shout out to this
All
panel.
right, so is the beauty supply here stored? Is that culture vulturing?
Nah, what they doing is nah, that ain't culture vulturing. See, what that is capitalism. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. If I'm in South Korea, like when I went to South Korea, right? When I was about 21, 22, I got off the plane and I didn't know what to expect. But I saw a bunch of young Korean folks with New York Yankee caps on, Atlanta Braves hats on, Air Force Ones, back Jabos was hot at the time, Jabos with throwback jerseys. And they knew all the lyrics to the rap music more than me. Now, if I was a smart young black man at the time, I would have been selling my culture to them because everybody gonna come buy that shit. That's just like if I bought my bands in Germany versus you bought your shit in America. Like my shit come from the motherland. Like it was imported, nigga. Like, so it's like y'all trying to copy off this black shit. But I'm a black man in your country and I'm finna give free breakdancing. I'm finna pay y'all for the learn breakdancing for me. Now look, I end up getting rich in South Korea because the South Koreans want to be black so bad, and here I am, a black man teaching their ass how to break dance. Now I'm a millionaire and I got a building open called Black Man's Breakdance School in South Korea, and they fucking love it because who else? You can't learn it from a Korean dude even though he good at it. Look, man, I'm a black man though, so that make my shit. That's just like if you buying jewelry, man, if you getting your shit from the Jews, man, Jacob the jeweler, these Jews and shit, we know your shit, we respect they work. See, so when we don't capitalize off our culture, we get mad when other folks do.
Right. We don't.
I can't disagree with that.
We don't seize the moment a lot of times. You know, that's a fact.
I want to add to Sanchez's point on
why
the real story
niggas should have been. Guess what? Niggas should have been writing books on how to formulate a rap verse, how to orchestrate 16 bars, how to rap for dummies. It should have been a lot of rappers doing that for just Malibu's Mo Wanted type white boys.
They doing it though. They doing it though. But at the end of the day, it seems like the people in power, they don't really want you up there unless you on some buffoonery shit. They don't want you up there.
I want to share something with Sanchez to his point before we get too crazy. Sanchez, you hit the nail on the head because listen, I was around hustlers Columbia, South Carolina, it's a college town. I was around hustlers. Either you was a seller, a buyer, or a user. So you had to pick three. So either you was a user, a seller, or a buyer. I chose the in between. So I was in between the sellers, right? Because it's like, nah, I ain't finna be waiting tables all my life. I'm gonna get to the point. To Sanchez's point, I sold, or my conglomerate sold to so many nobodies. They didn't have no college education, but they had the complexion for the protection. And they showed me how they was going to Asian countries. Oh, I'm gonna go teach English this year. And straight dope heads, straight dope fiends that had connections that was going to other countries. Oh, I'm gonna go teach English in Vietnam. I'm gonna go to Japan and da. And guess what? And some of them was appropriating the culture, hip hop, etc. And it was all fair skin, because none of our people knew, none of our brothers knew that was even an outlet, an opportunity without a college education. I digress.
All right, so guys, at this time, I'm gonna wrap it up. I got to get up out of here, unfortunately. But yo, this was fire. I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, salutes. We'll see y'all on the next one, man. Much love to the panel. Appreciate every last one of y'all, brothers, for real, for real.
No doubt, salute.
Peace, much respect, much love, bro. Grand rising, everybody.
For sure. Y'all brothers, be safe out there, and salutes to the people, man, who hit up the Cash App. I appreciate y'all for the support as well. Salutes to Lewis Russell. Thank you, my brother Lewis. And salutes to Key. And salutes to Jason Shorter, and to the OG Leo, and to James Colden, and to Daryl. And also salutes to Rick Collins Joseph. Thank you guys for the Cash App donations. I appreciate everything you guys do to support. Appreciate that. And salutes to my Patreons and PayPal donors as well. Love y'all to death, and I really don't take y'all support for granted. So